and Director of Media Relations, Adam Gore. Now, typically, this is where I would introduce you to my normal broadcast colleagues, Jim Ingram and Jordan Smith. But with it being about a 4-hour drive from Fulton here to Summit, unfortunately, Jim and Jordan couldn't make the trip with us for tonight's game. So joining me tonight in the ICC Alumni Affairs and Foundation broadcast booth for the Davis Ford pregame show is Assistant Sports Information Director Lee Adams and Video Operations Coordinator Raphael Henry. Guys, thanks for joining us.
Good to be here, Adam. Happy to be here.
And real quick, let's take a look. The Indians tonight look to extend their 2-game win streak to 3 in this non-division matchup against a sneaky good, better than their record shows Southwest squad that comes into tonight's game winless, but with close calls against Northeast, East Central, Hines, and last week against Pearl River.
Yeah, Adam, last week that Pearl River game for Southwest was a bit of a heartbreaker for them as they led at halftime, and I believe Pearl River, they scored a touchdown, kicked an onside kick, I believe that's correct, then kicked a field goal to win it with like 36 seconds left. So it was a heartbreak for Southwest, would have been their first win. But they also, a familiar opponent we've played this year, Northeast, they lost 19-13 in overtime, which it was in week 1 of the season. So, this is a team, they're athletic, they're very sneaky, and this is not going to be an easy win, I believe, for the Indians.
Now, when we come back, we'll step inside Coach's Corner, presented by our friends at Little Caesars, and hear from Coach Sean Cannon about tonight's contest with Southwest. We'll also hear some of his key Bank of Oklahoma's keys to victory as the Davis Ford pregame show rolls on here from Summit on Let'sGoICCTV.com and Super Talk Mississippi.
Davis Ford in Fulton is your Ford dealer for new cars, trucks, and SUVs and has a wide inventory of certified pre-owned vehicles. Find your next dream car or truck from our Ford showroom or go online to davisfordsales.com and search our new and used inventory to see what is on our lot. So stop by and test drive the all-new fuel-efficient Ford Focus or Ford Fusion or the new Ford Explorer or F-150. Go further with Davis Ford, 904 West Main Street in Fulton or online davisfordsales.com.
Everyone has a unique story to tell. Maybe your story has you performing your new song in front of a crowd, getting to play your favorite sport, or enjoying a horseback ride in the country. At Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi, our group of skilled surgeons understand your need to continue your story. That is why we are the preferred choice for orthopedic care. Thank you for choosing us. Our story is you. Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi.
Get a Little Caesars large, extra most bestest stuffed crust pizza, topped with pepperoni and cheese, and stuffed with over 3 feet of cheese in the crust. That's right, we stuffed cheese into the crust of the pizza with extra cheese and the most pepperoni, all at the nation's best price of just $9. Try our convenient app and Pizza Portal pickup.
Pizza.
The longer a person has diabetes, the more likely they are to develop diabetic retinopathy. If left untreated, diabetic retinopathy can lead to blindness. That's why it's important for diabetics to have a comprehensive eye examination with dilation once a year. I'm Dr. Laurie Cagle of Cagle Eye Center in Fulton. We offer comprehensive eye exams to provide diagnosis and treatment of various eye diseases. Browse our large selection of frames available in prescription and non-prescription. Call to schedule your appointment today at Cagle Eye Center in Fulton.
Davis Ford in Fulton is your Ford dealer for new cars, trucks, and SUVs and has a wide inventory of certified pre-owned vehicles. Find your next dream car or truck from our Ford showroom or go online to davisfordsales.com and search our new and used inventory to see what is on our lot. So stop by and test drive the all-new fuel-efficient Ford Focus or Ford Fusion or the new Ford Explorer or F-150. Go further with Davis Ford, 904 West Main Street in Fulton or online davisfordsales.com.
And welcome back to action, ladies and gentlemen. They just announced the coaching staff here at ICC over the PA system. That's not our coaching staff. Coach Sean Cannon is the head coach. So anyway, welcome back to the Davis Ford pregame show. Don't forget, for your new or used vehicle, stop by and see the fine folks at Davis Ford right down the road from us at the college in Fulton, or you can visit davisfordsautosales.com. Earlier in the week, Lee Adams had a chance to catch up with Coach Sean Cannon to talk about tonight's matchup with Southwest. We'll go to that interview now as we step inside Coach's Corner, presented by Little Caesars.
Coach, another big week here, a road game, long road game at Southwest. But before we talk about the Bears, let's do a quick little recap about Mississippi Delta last week.
Yeah, sophomore day, last time our kids are going to play on the field this year, and it was a good win to go out and play hard. I thought we made big plays on both sides of the ball. We held them under kind of what they've been doing the last couple of weeks offensively, and I thought the offense, really come out, ran the ball good, had a lot of big runs, and kind of sparked our team early to just kind of give us momentum for the rest of the game. So real proud of the wins. Always good to get that one, especially it's another North Division win.
All right. Well, this week you got Southwest Bears. Now they're coming off a short week, just like Delta did with them playing on Saturday, and they lost a bit of a heartbreaker there against Pearl River. But just talk about them, and I know they run the triple option, so just talk about some of the challenges they're going to present to your defense.
Yeah, pretty athletic. That they've hit a lot of big plays on people. They turn it over a little bit, and that's kind of what's killed them in some of the games they play. But they played some really good opponents. Hines and. Played them pretty tight. East Central, Gulf Coast. I mean, they played some really good games. They've been in some battles, and last week, like you said, they were up 16-7 at half there. I think they threw the first 2 touchdowns against Pearl River last week, of the year. And, big fullback, anytime you go against this offense, you got to be ready to defend all phases of the game, from the, inside to outside to the, to deep in the secondary. And, hopefully, good thing is we played this 2 weeks ago against Holmes, and kids had a better week of practice, kind of understanding what we wanted more out of them, and and then defensively, pretty big kids. They've got a middle linebacker 6'4", 260, got 2 big defensive ends, got an outside backer 6'6". I mean, so they're real athletic, and so we're gonna have our work cut out for us, especially like you said, them coming off of a short week, but they are at home. They don't have to get on the road on a bus and drive anywhere, so that's one thing. They kind of get that extra day in there if they need it. But we got one of the longest road trips probably of the state. Top, looking at the map, top right to bottom left. And so our kids ought to be ready for to go down there and let's try to get a W.
Okay, well, let's talk a bit about our team and what, not necessarily the scheme, but kind of what you're looking for out of your guys this week.
Well, got to match them turnovers. That's one thing that you talk about an option offense. Got to make them drive the field, and hopefully eventually they're going to put the ball on the ground. They did that to us last year and was able to get on some turnovers, and our offense turned those turnovers into points, and that's going to be a real key because this is a ball control offense. They're old school huddle, run plays in from the sidelines. So there's no signaling, there's no tempo, and so. Real important to score when we have the opportunity with the ball in our hand. I remember 2 years ago we played Holmes for our homecoming game in 17. First drive of the game, 17 plays, and ended up with an interception there. We picked off a pitch and ran it back, and then I think that day offense had 41 plays and defense was out there for 90-something plays, and ended up beating them. Won by almost 50 points, but that just goes to show you the ball control that this team can have. If you're not stopping what they do best, and they're able to get 4 and 5, then they're just going to keep moving the chain. So very important to take advantage of their miscues and us being in the right position and things like that. And then once again, kicking game is always going to be key. I thought the last 2 or 3 weeks we've done a really good job in kicking game, and Benson coming in, stepping up as a kickoff guy for us has done an adequate job there. And I think our punt game, especially punting the ball in, we pin people deep, and it seems like people do that to us too. And I guess that's kind of the tale this year in junior college is. You got some really good punters that pin people deep, but it's really important our offense has answered those. We've been backed up on the 2 and the 1 and the 8. They've got the ball out of there and done a tremendous job. So to give those guys credit as well.
All right, Coach. Well, you touched on most of it there, but real quick, just give us your Bank of Oklahoma keys to victory.
Yeah, can't be asleep. That's one thing that's going to be key. We've got to make sure on this long road trip that we're ready to play. Offensively, I thought the last couple of weeks they made the plays they need to make. We still got to keep working in our run game, and when anytime you can do that, it does open up our passing game. So very important for those guys to do that, and then and we got to play sound in the kicking game. We can't do any bonehead mistakes. It's going to back us up or give them an extra possession. So so if we can control those 3 things and make sure our kids are, when they get off the bus, they're ready to play, I think we should have a good showing tonight.
All right, Coach. Well, best of luck tonight.
Thank you.
Well, Lee, Raphael, you guys heard Coach Sean Cannon's keys to victory there presented by the Bank of Okolona. Now let's get your take on what's it going to take for the Indians to come away with the win tonight. Lee, let's start with you.
Well, I think one thing mainly is always going to be the turnover battle. You got to win the turnover battle, force turnovers, be able to take advantage of them, get them into points, of course. But also, I think one thing the Indians are going to have to do tonight on offense is going to have to strike quick. But also give your time for this real kind of a catch-22. You want to strike quick, score first, early, but you also later in the night you want to give your defense time to rest if they have to deal with long drives tonight.
Raphael?
Like Lee said, I feel like that the Indians need to strike first, strike early. Hey, if you get out here and you flip the coin, you want the ball first and try to get some points on the boards early. You're on a long road trip. Southwest is a team that's been struggling. So I feel like if you can get some points on the board, maybe they'll tuck their tails and hide a little bit, and you can, run the score up a little bit, get 35 points, and the clock will get to running. We'll hit the road and head back to Fulton.
I like the way that sounds. Again, those keys to victory brought to you by the Bank of Okolona. John Harrod and Company, a proud sponsor of ICC football here on Super Talk Mississippi and Let's Go ICCTV.com. We're about 17 minutes and 39 seconds away from that First American National Bank opening kick between your ICC Indians and Southwest Mississippi Bears. We're going to step away and hear a few words from our sponsors as we shift gears in the Davis Ford pregame show and be back with more right after this.
My burger goes best with mustard.
Ketchup and mustard.
Grass-fed beef.
No, corn-fed.
On the grill.
Now, flat top.
Iceberg lettuce.
Nah, arugula. Jalapeno.
No way. Avocado, dude.
Medium rare. Gotta be well done. Brioche.
Sesame seeds.
American cheese.
Cheddar.
Can I have a turkey burger? What? Turkeys are for Thanksgiving, man. I like my burger with the Coke.
I'll agree to that. Strictly with a Coke.
Only with the Coke.
Coke and a burger. Come on.
All right.
That's where you get the flavor.
First American National Bank is a local bank. Our 10 locations are right here in Northeast Mississippi. Banking decisions are made locally by people who live here, and it's been that way for more than 50 years. Our involvement in the community is important to us. That's where our roots are. Technology, it changes daily, but our community is what keeps us together. If you like high-tech banking, we've got that too. Follow the flag to First American National Bank, from Iuka to Tupelo.
This broadcast of ICC Athletics is being brought to you by Renaissance Bank, Little Caesars, Davis Ford, the Sonic of Fulton, Tupelo Coca-Cola Bottling Works, the Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi, First American National Bank, the ICC BSU, your Itawamba County Farm Bureau agent, Joey Cox, Cagle Eye Center, the ICC Foundation, the Bank of Okolona, and the ICC Alumni Association.
Davis Ford in Fulton is your Ford dealer for new cars, trucks, and SUVs and has a wide inventory of certified pre-owned vehicles. Find your next dream car or truck from our Ford showroom or go online to davisfordsales.com and search our new and used inventory to see what is on our lot. So stop by and test drive the all-new fuel-efficient Ford Focus or Ford Fusion or the new Ford Explorer or F-150. Go further with Davis Ford, 904 West Main Street in Fulton or online davisfordsales.com.
And welcome back to the Davis Ford pregame show as we're about 15 minutes and 11 seconds away from that First American National Bank opening kickoff between your ICC Indians and the Bears of Southwest Mississippi. I'm Adam Gore. I'm joined in the ICC Alumni Affairs and Foundation broadcast booth by Lee Adams and Raphael Henry. Remember, you can contribute to Itawamba Community College by visiting iccms.edu/foundation. That's iccms.edu/foundation. Contact Michael Upton, Jim Ingram, or Tilda Bushline for more information. Now let's take a look at tonight's Coca-Cola starting lineups for both the Bears and the Indians. Of course, these starting lineups are being presented by the Tupelo Coca-Cola Bottling Works. Lee, tell us about the starters for the Bears tonight.
Absolutely, Adam. And we'll start up front by taking a look at their front line. Starting at left tackle is a 6'2", 260-pound sophomore, number 73, Dedrick Smith. At left guard, a 5'10", 270-pound sophomore, number 50, Ronnie Bates. At center, a 5'11", 260-pound freshman, sitting wearing number 62, Trent Middleton. At right guard, a 6'1", 280-pound freshman, number 70, Riles Hester. And at right tackle, 260-pound sophomore, number 65, Luke Hawkins. Now in the backfield at running back, a 5'10", 205-pound sophomore, number 34, Zarius Keys. He leads the team with 337 yards rushing along with 2 touchdowns on 74 touches this season. Now, at the other running back position, as they do run the triple option, is a 5'9", 180-pound freshman, number 18, DeMarcus Turner. He's also listed at the running back spot is a 5'11", 180-pound freshman, number 13, Dalen McDonald, who, by the way, is listed as a quarterback on the Southwest website. And at the fourth running back listed, I apologize there, on the fourth running back listed for this evening starters is a 5'10", 200-pound sophomore, number 11, Chris Summerall. Now, the only wide receiver on the depth chart is a 6'1", 200-pound sophomore, Gerkikis McCray. He wears number 4. Now, starting quarterback tonight for the Bears is a 5'10", 175-pound sophomore, number 3, DeBrian McGee. Now, McGee is also listed as a running back and has completed 7 of 19 passing for 181 yards this season, and the Bears' only 2 touchdown passes of the season, which came last week at Pearl River. He also rushed for 72 yards and a touchdown on 22 carries. Now, defensively, the Bears will run a 3-4 set, and at defensive end, a 6'4", 275-pound sophomore, number 54, Jared Bovian. At nose guard, a 6'1", 295-pound sophomore, Latrell Johnson, who wears number 90. And at the other end is a 6'5", 270-pound sophomore, number 9, Anthony Hayes. Now at linebacker, a 6 foot even 205-pound freshman, number 24, Charles Barnes. Another linebacker will be a 5'11", 230-pound sophomore, number 10, Tamos Stevenson. Now Stevenson is leading the Bears with 67 tackles this season. At the Mike linebacker spot, at 6'4", 260-pound sophomore, number 14, DeMarcus Mitchell. And the final linebacker is a 6'6", 215-pound freshman, number 19, Cameron Lee. Now, I believe they're about to
we're about to have the
national
anthem. So let's take you to the field, and we'll come back with that Coca-Cola starting lineup as soon as we get this wrapped up here.
Father, I come to you right now, Lord, and I thank you so much for today. God, I thank you for this time that we can just gather here to watch this beautiful game. God, I pray over each one of these players, Lord. I pray blessings over them, Lord. God, we just love you, and we thank you, and we ask all these things in your precious name. Amen.
All right, Lee, and if you would just continue with those Coca-Cola starting lineups here defensively for the Bears.
Absolutely. Now we're going to look at the secondary, and it will look like this. A 6'1", 180-pound freshman, number 24, Kamari Clark. A 5'11", 180-pound sophomore, number 12, Deion Allen. A 6 foot, 185-pound freshman, number 20, Shavarick Williams. And a 6'2", 185-pound freshman, number 21, Carl Miles. Now, kicking for the Bears this evening will be number 36, Brazos Webb. He is 3 of 5 on field goal attempts, and 34 yards being his longest kick. And punting will be number 39, Jack Runnels. He's averaging 33.4 yards per kick with a long of 46 yards and 6 kicks down inside the 20 on 46 punts this season.
And that was your starters for the homestanding Bears of Southwest Mississippi. Now, Raphael, why don't you tell us about the starters for the Indians? ICC and Coke, now that's a winning combination, and Coach Sean Cannon hopes he has that same winning combination put together tonight with tonight's Coca-Cola starting lineups.
And again, let's take a look at the big guys up front for the Indians. At tackle will be number 77, Cameron Orr. He's 6'6", 300-pound, redshirt freshman from Etowamba High School. At the other tackle will be number 65, Tim Yarbrough. He's a 6'3", 260-pound freshman out of Louisville. The guards tonight will be number 78, Jacob Cunningham, a 6'4", 310-pound sophomore from Louisville. And at the other guard will be number 54, Anthony Saylor, a 6'4", 251-pound freshman from South Haven. And our center for tonight will be number 56, Charles Brooks. He is a 6 foot, 315-pound freshman out of Greenwood. At running back will be number 1, Hiram Wallington. He is a 5'11", 190-pound sophomore out of Oxford. Wallington leads the team with 584 yards rushing and 6 touchdowns and on 98 carries. At the wide receiver spot will be number 3, Quay Davis, a 6'1", 210-pound freshman from Biggersville. Number 25, Barry Flowers, a 5'10", 185-pound redshirt freshman out of South Panola. And number 80, Collins Woods III, a 6'2", 195-pound freshman from New Orleans, Louisiana. And tonight's tight end will be number 15, Tyler Day, a 6'3", 225-pound freshman from North Little Rock. And starting at quarterback will be number 12, Clark Mills. He's a 6 foot, 215-pound sophomore from North Pontotoc. Mills is 136 of 255 for 1,793 yards and 10 touchdowns with 7 interceptions on the season. He also has 83 yards rushing. Defensively for the Indians will be in a 3-4 alignment. Anchoring the defensive front will be a 6'3", 285-pound freshman defensive end from M.S. Palmer. That will be number 55, Jaquan Lott. At the other defensive end will be a 6'5", 305-pound freshman from Independence will be number 95, Tyreek Howard. And at nose guard will be a 6'2", 297-pound redshirt freshman from Ruleville Central, Jason Womack. Tonight's linebacking core will be anchored by a 5'11", 225-pound sophomore from Calhoun City. That will be number 44, Keyshawn Parker. Parker leads the team with 64 tackles, 6 sacks, and 14.5 tackles for loss. Joining Parker will be number 8, Nick Smith, a 6 foot, 225-pound sophomore from Cleveland Central. Number 32, Jamal Shumpert, a 6 foot, 220-pound sophomore from Itawamba High School. And number 20, LaKendrick Jones, a 6'1", 205-pound sophomore from Independence. In the secondary will be number 2, Kenneth Martin, a 6 foot, 197-pound sophomore from Columbus. And number 7, Savante Oliver, a 5'10", 165-pound sophomore from North Panola. He committed to Memphis earlier this season. And number 10, Octavius McClatchy, a 6'2", 195-pound freshman from Independence. And number 17, Ralph Dunn, a 6 foot, 195-pound freshman from Pontotoc. And number 88, Skylar Grisham will round out the kicking for the Indians tonight. He will be the kicker, and he is 5'9", 175-pound sophomore from Itawamba High School. He is 4 of 6 on field goals this season, with the longest of his field goals being 32 yards. And punting will be number 82, Brett Benjamin, a 5'9", 170-pound freshman from Kossuth. His average punt is 31.1 yards per punt, with 9 down inside the 20, and the longest punt of 54 yards.
And that's your Coca-Cola starting lineup for your ICC Indians. A special thanks to Buddy Long and all the outstanding people that help make up the Tupelo Coca-Cola Bottling Works for helping bring tonight's action your way here on Super Talk Mississippi and Let's Go ICCTV.com, the Red Channel. We're about 4.5 minutes away from the First American National Bank opening kick between your ICC Indians and the Bears of Southwest Mississippi. We're going to step away and come back to the Davis Ford, come back and put the brakes on the Davis Ford pregame show right after this on the ICC Sports Network.
Davis Ford in Fulton is your Ford dealer for new cars, trucks, and SUVs and has a wide inventory of certified pre-owned vehicles. Find your next dream car or truck from our Ford showroom or go online to davisfordsales.com and search our new and used inventory to see what is on our lot. So stop by and test drive the all-new fuel-efficient Ford Focus or Ford Fusion or the new Ford Explorer or F-150. Go further with Davis Ford, 904 West Main Street in Fulton or online davisfordsales.com.
This broadcast of ICC Athletics is being brought to you by Renaissance Bank, Little Caesars, Davis Ford, the Sonic of Fulton, Tupelo Coca-Cola Bottling Works, the Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi, First American National Bank, the ICC BSU, your Itawamba County Farm Bureau agent, Joey Cox, Cagle Eye Center, the ICC Foundation, the Bank of Okolona, and the ICC Alumni Association.
My burger goes best with mustard.
Ketchup and mustard.
Grass-fed beef.
No, corn-fed.
On the grill.
Now, flat top.
Iceberg lettuce.
Nah, arugula. Jalapeno.
No way. Avocado, dude.
Medium rare. Gotta be well done. Brioche.
Sesame seeds.
American cheese.
Cheddar.
Can I have a turkey burger? What? Turkeys are for Thanksgiving, man. I like my burger with the Coke.
I'll agree to that. Strictly with the Coke.
Only with the Coke.
Coke and a burger. Come on.
All right.
That's where you get the flavor.
First American National Bank is a local bank. Our 10 locations are right here in Northeast Mississippi. Banking decisions are made locally by people who live here. It's been that way for more than 50 years. Our involvement in the community is important to us. That's where our roots are. Technology, it changes daily, but our community is what keeps us together. If you like high-tech banking, we've got that too. Follow the flag to First American National Bank, from Iuka to Tupelo.
Student involvement is a top priority here at Itawamba Community College.
If you want to be involved with student government, then the Student Government Association is the place for you.
If you have a stellar GPA, then Phi Theta Kappa is for you.
If you're interested in the diverse culture of our campus population, then the Diversity Club is for you.
If you're interested in leadership and service, then Indian Delegation is for you.
If you're majoring in computer programming or computer networking, then CPNA, the Computer Programming Networking Association, is for you.
If you're interested in good conversations and free lunch on Thursdays, then the Wesley Foundation is for you.
Our health science programs also have specific organizations for those majors.
Student Activities is excited to bring you new opportunities here at the ICC Tupelo campus.
Whatever your passion may be, we have a place for you.
This video is brought to you by Phi Theta Kappa, Beta Chi Sigma, Tupelo campus.
Davis Ford in Fulton is your Ford dealer for new cars, trucks, and SUVs and has a wide inventory of certified pre-owned vehicles. Find your next dream car or truck from our Ford showroom or go online to davisfordsales.com and search our new and used inventory to see what is on our lot. So stop by and test drive the all-new fuel-efficient Ford Focus or Ford Fusion or the new Ford Explorer or F-150. Go further with Davis Ford, 904 West Main Street in Fulton or online davisfordsales.com.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, as we're about under a minute now away from the First American National Bank opening kick. We have the coin toss in front of us. Southwest won the toss, elected to defer to the second half, so ICC will receive the First American National Bank opening kickoff to start us off here in Summit, Mississippi. This is a non-division match between the Indians and the Bears of Southwest. We do want to welcome those that are listening here on Super Talk Mississippi 101.9 FM and say a special hello to those that are watching tonight here on Let'sGoICCTV.com. May even have a few fans watching in favor of Southwest tonight. If so, we welcome you as well. Southwest Mississippi taking the field right now. They'll be in their white helmets. Looks like a blue jerseys and white pants. ICC will be in their blue helmets, white jerseys, and gray pants, as we're moments away from this First American National Bank opening kick. Of course, we talk about Super Talk Mississippi. We do want to remind you every Tuesday at 9:06, we have the ICC Hour coming your way. You can tune in there and join us, learn more about ICC and all the great things going on college, both academically and athletically, as that will come your way every Tuesday at 9:06, the ICC Hour. So waiting this First American National Bank kickoff and the officials to break their huddle at midfield right now. Supposed to be a 6:30 kickoff. Well, looks like we're going to be a little bit behind that tonight, but that's okay. This game originally scheduled to start at 7, and Southwest graciously pushed it up to a 6:30 opening kick here. ICC will be back on the road next week at Northwest as they step back inside division play for a big-time matchup there. So, again, waiting this First American National Bank kick, and it's going to be number 36, Brazo Webb. He is a sophomore kicker out of seminary. Back to receive for the Indians. Looks to be number 9, Javis Wren. And number 80, Collins Woods III, I believe, will be the other return man. It's going to go to the left side of the field, and it's going to be taken at about the 8-yard line now, trying to bounce it to the outside, and he's going to be hit and dropped at the 20. Excuse me, that was number 83, Quishon Tillowee. I can't say that right, Raphael, but either way it goes, ICC will have it with a first down and 10 situation. The ball is going to be at the 20-yard line. Twilly, there we go. I just couldn't get it to come out of my mouth right that time. That's what she said.
You knew what you wanted to say.
Absolutely. That's the voice of Raphael Henry helping out with the broadcast tonight. Jim Ingram, Jordan Smith, they're on assignment back in Fulton. Actually, it's Jordan's birthday, and Jordan said, it's my birthday. I'm invoking my birthday clause. I'm not traveling 4.5 hours to get down here. So first down and 10. This first down being brought to you by your Itawamba County Farm Bureau agent, Joey Cox. And it's going to be a pass on first down to Barry Flowers. He's going to reel it in and moves the ball out to about the 32, maybe 33-yard line. So that should be good for another first down. Yes, it will be. So the Indians, they're going to speed things up when ICC's on offense. Now, Southwest is going to be quite the opposite, as they are old school. They come out of the huddle. They run very slow, and there's going to be movement up front. I believe this is going to go against the Indians here. And we'll have to get used to this. I'm used to seeing the markers across the field. It's actually here down in front of us, so that penalty is going to be marked off 5 yards against the Indians. So now it'll be a first down and 15.
Indians trying to play fast. Adam trying to get up to the line and play a nice job on that slant play right there just to get the ball and move the sticks.
So it will be a first down and 15 now here for the Indians. 14-24 and counting. No score here in the first quarter. Another quick slant route, and it's going to be caught, slipped off a tackle, now crosses the 40, and a solid pickup just across the 40-yard line there for the Indians. And so that's going to be enough. No, it's going to be about a second down and 2, maybe 3 situation, as that was Stevenson who reeled in that one that time, and a good big pickup there after the penalty yardage. Indians quickly back to the line. Second down, let's call it second down and 3 to go here for the Indians. The ball is just across the 40, just shy of the 41. Mills is your quarterback. He's going to fake the handoff. Now he wants to run it, and instead he's going to pass it out to Flowers. Flowers gets a nice block upfield. Now cuts back across the middle, across the 50. Down, spins around and out of bounds at the 45. Nice job that time, Raphael, by Mills, who had that RPO as he passed it out that time, and it was going to be caught. And Flowers is going to move the chains and put the Indians on the positive side of the 50 here with 13.5 to play in the first quarter.
He put everything in that RPO as the run pass option. He faked the ball, then he took off running himself, and then threw it to the receiver.
So first down and 10. That first down being brought to you by your Itawamba County Farm Bureau agent, Joey Cox. The Indians now with 2 running backs in the backfield, 2 receivers near side, 1 on the far side of the field. And it's going to be a handoff in the backfield. And this is going to be Wilson. Wilson looking for a block. Gets a big one there from Wallington. Wilson's going to bully his way down to the 30-yard line. And Raphael, what a big-time block there by Hiram Wallington coming up and blowing up that play and helping to pick up another big gain there for the Indians.
Good job by Hiram to kick out that defender right there, and Wilson seeing the hole and tearing up the field and picking up positive yards.
And the ball is going to be spotted at the 31-yard line. That's going to be a gain of about 16 on the carry that time for the Indians. Same set. This time 2 receivers on the far side of the field. Clark Mills still your quarterback. This time it's going to be a handoff to Wallington. Wallington looking to bounce it up the middle. Now goes to the outside, fighting his way forward. It's going to get across the 30. Pickup of 2, maybe 3 on the play that time for Wallington. Good job by the Southwest defensive front to blow that one up. So they're unpiling the pile there. We'll see where they officially mark the football. Looks like they're going to mark it at about the 31-yard line. So let's give him a gain of 3 on the play. Second down and 7 now is the situation here for the Indians. 3 receivers on the far side of the field. You've got 2 here on the near side. Mills is your quarterback. Nobody in the backfield with him. Mills gets the snap. Plenty of time to throw. Wants to lob it up. He's got a man towards the end zone. Jump ball, and just overthrew him that time. Looks like he was looking to jump before the ball got there, as it was number 80, Collins Woods III, the intended receiver that time.
He had Collins Woods down the sideline there. Opportunity for the Indians to pick up a positive play, but just missed him, overthrew him a little bit.
So it's going to bring up a third down and long situation. Let's call it third down and a long 7, short 8 now here for the Indians. The ball is going to be at the 31-yard line, possibly 4-down territory here if you're ICC. Mills is the quarterback. Waddington in the backfield with him. Now they're going to change the play at the line of scrimmage. Plenty of time on the play clock. So he gets back now. Awaits the snap and gets it. Mills looking to pass. Pressure coming. Going to have to step up. Lobs this one downfield. Got a man wide open. Barry Flowers for the touchdown.
Nice job by Clark Mills to roll out and throw it deep to find Barry Flowers there.
Yeah, good job that time as Mills just lofted that one up. Flowers got in behind the defensive back and caught that one right there in front of Lee Adams. You can see photos from tonight's game on ICCimages.com. The Indians, nice drive to start the contest, as that one goes for a 28-yard touchdown pass from Clark Mills to Barry Flowers, and ICC leads it 6-0, awaiting the PAT here. Snapback's a good one. The kick is up, and the kick is good. 7-0 ICC with the lead. 11:48 to go here in the first quarter. We're going to take a timeout. Let's hear from the Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi and be back with more here from Summit right after this on the ICC Sports Network.
Everyone has a unique story to tell. Maybe your story has you performing your new song in front of a crowd, getting to play your favorite sport, or enjoying a horseback ride in the country. At Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi, our group of skilled surgeons understand your need to continue your story. That is why we are the preferred choice for orthopedic care. Thank you for choosing us. Our story is you. Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi.
And welcome back as we get set for this First American National Bank kickoff here from ICC. They lead it 7-0 as Coach Andy Kirk, yes, you're making a good point. Lee Adams was the best one that had a chance to defend Flowers on that pass. ICC scores on a 28-yard touchdown pass to take a 7-0 lead here early against Southwest. This kickoff is going to be angled towards the sideline. It's going to be picked up and taken at about the 16-yard line. Now tries to cut it to the outside. A big-time hit across the field, and ICC makes the play. But it's pretty good set field position for Southwest. Looks like the ball is going to be at about the 28-yard line. Maybe the 27 is where they'll have it, 1st and 10. Well, Raphael, we're going to see a little bit of old-school football tonight. Triple option. They come out of the huddle and everything. So, yeah, this is going to be one of those games for the Indians. They got to be patient defensively tonight.
Most definitely, Southwest going to give you that triple option coming out of the huddle.
And they're going to give it to the first man through here, and he bullies his way forward for a pickup of about maybe 4 on the play. And the Indians, they saw the triple option earlier this year when Holmes ran it. It's an offense that Coach Sean Cannon is very used to back in his days at Delta State, both as a player and a GA. So it's one of those that the Indians hope to be able to keep well contained, much like they did against Holmes a few weeks ago. Second down, let's call it 2nd down and 6 now here for Southwest. They are going to go in the option set now. They pitch it back, ball's on the turf, and there's ICC to make the play. Nice job that time. They got in the head of the quarterback, forced a bad pitch, and ICC ate it up in the backfield. Pretty easy stop that time. Let the ball just kind of slipped out of his hands, and Raphael Keyshawn Parker there along with Nick Smith for the tackle.
You're right. The ball did slip out of the quarterback's hand. That's one thing about the option. You know, you can run the option perfectly, or you can have those fumble plays like that, and that's what happened to Southwest right there.
So now it's going to be a 3rd down and 13 after a loss of about 7 on the play here. So a possession down for the Bears. ICC would love to get off the field here defensively. And they are going to drop back to pass. This is a team that doesn't throw the football often. Now they lob it towards the sideline, too tall as it goes out of bounds. Actually caught by a defensive lineman over there on the sidelines. And a good job by that ICC defense coming up and getting the stop, forcing a 3-and-out on the first drive of the night by the Bears.
That's what you want by the Indians, to be able to get that 3-and-out, get Southwest offense off the field and put your offense back on the field after having a big play that they just did earlier.
7-0 is your score. ICC with the lead. And this is going to be number 83 for Southwest, or excuse me, I think his jersey says 83. I've got a little bit of a glare in front of me here. Either way it goes, this Little Caesar punt is going to be a high punt, angled towards the side. It's going to be taken at the 40, Now up the middle of the field, across the 45, and he's going to be hit and dropped, so the Indians will have great field position. Raphael, do me a favor. Show everybody that's watching on Let's Go ICC TV this backdrop of the sun setting here in Summit. My goodness, hard-pressed to find a better view in the MACJC than one we have tonight looking across the field here in Summit, Mississippi. 7-0 is your score. The ball is going to be at the 46-yard line. Would it be 1st and 10 here for the Indians. Mills still staying your quarterback, now going to a 5-wide set for the Indians. 3 receivers on the far side of the field, 2 here on the near side. Mills, who ran the ball a lot more last week than we have typically seen them run the ball. And looks like he's going to run it this time. He's going to tuck it. He's going to get across the line of scrimmage near the 50. He's going to lower his head and get across the 50 down to about the 49-yard line. Good run by the sophomore quarterback, Clark Mills.
I think that was a design run right there by Clark Mills. He, kind of tucked it and took off around behind his big tackle number 77 Orr there to pick up a couple of good yards.
Gain of 5 on the play there by Mills. Now to go back to the regular set, except this time they will have a running back in the backfield with Mills. That's going to be Wallington. And Wallington is going to get to play fake. Now they're going to pass it out wide and just a little bit too far that time as the pass was intended for Quay Davis for ICC. So now to bring up a 3rd down and 5 situation here for the Indians. So a conversion down here for ICC and Raphael. The Indians they got a quick 3 and out on the other side, see if they can extend this drive here on this conversion down. So 3rd down and 5, 7-0 is the score. ICC with the lead, 9:45 to play here in the first quarter. Mills going to check the play at the line of scrimmage now. Pretty good crowd out tonight. ICC traveling extremely well. So we said this is about a 4.5 hour trip for us from Fulton as the ball is going to be thrown out and it's going to be caught. Did he stay in bounds? No. And so the Indians can't get it going there. And so now this will be a 4th and 5 situation here. 9:39 to play in the first quarter, and ICC will be on to attempt another Little Caesar punt, the first one of the night here for the Indians. And a chance here to pin Southwest deep in their own territory. Showing a lot of movement up front, and the Indians moved on that one, and this is going to back them up 5 more yards there. And you saw Southwest, for those watching on Let'sGoICCTV.com, the red channel, a lot of jumping across the line there, and none of them really got into the neutral zone. So you just got to kind of just way back and wait, Raphael, and not taking bite on that movement.
You're right. Hiram was kind of looking at some guys that looked like they were coming. He kind of shifted himself to move over, and then some of the guys up front moved and got a penalty on us.
So now to be a 4th down and 10 situation here for the Indians. Snap backs a little high, was able to get to it. Pressure coming and nearly blocked it as there's a late flag coming in. The ball is going to hit, take an ICC roll down inside the 25, down to about the 24, 23-yard line. And let's see what they're going to call the flag here.
4-yard line.
And they will call holding on ICC. We'll see if Southwest will elect to decline this, or heck, they got close, Raphael. I don't know if you back them up and make it punt again here, or do they change the rule where you can add it on at the end of the kick? So the referee's taking a whole lot of time here to talk this one over. Well, they apparently don't have the referees mic'd up here, and they've got their back turned to us all night, so that's going to make things a little bit difficult for us here. So the ball, as of right now, is going to be marked at the 27, 28-yard line. We're going to be 1st down and 10 here. Now they're going to mark off the yardage. That's what I was thinking. I was thinking they could take an attack on the yardage after the kick, and that will be the case now. So the ball will be moved up the field on the positive side of the 35 out to about the 37-yard line. We're going to be 1st down and 10 here for the Bears. 7-0 ICC with the lead. Man in motion. That's where the pitch man will go to, trying to get to the outside. Now cuts it up the middle. It's hit hard and knocked down, but a pretty significant gain there on 1st down for the Bears. Got the guy in motion, was able to pitch it in front of him and use his full head of steam to get around the end of the corner, or excuse me, get around the end of the line. And it's going to bring up a 2nd down and 4 after a gain of 6. Second down and 4 now here for the Bears. The clock is rolling with 9:05 to play here in the first quarter. ICC with a 7-0 lead here in this non-division matchup on the road in Summit, Mississippi. You go any further, you'll end up in Louisiana. As it's now second down and 4. Bears in that traditional wing tee set. They're going to pitch it out again, see if they can use some of that speed to get to the corner. Great blocking upfield. He's going to be hit and dropped, and it should be enough for a first down for the Bears. If it is, it'll be their first down of the night. We'll see if it's going to be a left foot, right foot mark. It's going to be close. And they are going to say it's going to be a first down, so that will be the first down of the night, first down of the night here for the Bears as the ball gets out to the 48-yard line. So 1st and 10 here for the Bears. As we said, a little old school feel. They run that triple option. They huddle every time. Handoff is going to be to the fullback. He's going to battle forward and pick up minimum yardage that time, a gain of 2, let's call it, on the play as he gets the ball out to the 50. So it'll be a second down and 8 here for the Bears.
Like you said, they are running the wing tee as well as the option, so they kind of got a little pitch action in there from the wing tee. Like right now, they're set up in a little wing tee.
So it's going to be a second down, let's call it 8 situation here for the Bears. Man in motion, and, well, you can't call a false start on the center because he snapped the football, but I believe there is a flag down, so this may be against the Indians here. Obviously, if they let the play go that time, so this one will go against ICC. Second flag of the night coming up at a big time, an unfortunate time for the Indians, as the referees are going to talk this one over here. And they are going to call offsides on the Indians. Well, that was just a smart play by the center that time, Raphael. It looked like an awkward snap, but he saw the guy was in the neutral zone, snapped the football, and they were able to throw the ball downfield. It was well defended that time by Oliver down the sideline, but it will result in another 5 yards and make it a second down, and let's call it a 4 or 3 situation now here for the Bears. Second down and 3. The clock is rolling, or excuse me, it stopped at 7:41. Man in motion again. That's where they're going to pitch the football to the outside, trying to get a block. He gets it, now gets up the field, now cuts across the middle, across the 40, down to about the 45, and that's going to go for another first down. Raphael, if it's not broke, don't fix it, as the Bears are finding a lot of success with that sweep route.
Right, going sweep left, sweep right. That's all they've done the past couple times they've had possession and ran the ball here. They went right and left, and they went right this time and picked up positive yards.
7-0 is your score. ICC with the lead. 7:22 to go here in the first quarter of play. This non-division matchup between ICC and Southwest. Remind you, ICC will be on the road next week as they travel to Northwest for a key division matchup there. Of course, we'll keep an eye on the Rangers tonight and what they do at Northeast. And now back in that set, and say the guy moved and stepped back in spot. I thought it was a false start myself, Raphael, but a timeout taken here by Southwest. Timeout on the field, we'll take it with them. 7-0, ICC with the lead, 7:02 to play here. Back with more right after this. At Itawamba Community College, your education is our top priority. With a 20-to-1 student-to-teacher ratio, you will get the help that you need from your instructors. With 3 locations in Fulton, Tupelo, and Belden, ICC offers classes that will prepare you to enter almost any job field of your choice. Learn more about Wallet Hub's #1 community college in Mississippi and the 25th best in the country by visiting iccms.edu or apply online at apply.iccms.edu. Itawamba Community College. The best start here.
Celebrate outrageous amounts of toppings with Little Caesars Extra Most Bestest. With the most cheese and now with the most toppings at the nation's best price. Create your favorite pizza starting at $6. Pay, then express pickup at Little Caesars.
Pizza. And welcome back. 7-0 is your score, but Southwest is driving here. Got a man coming in motion. This time we're going to pitch to the opposite side. ICC saw it coming, but still able to pick up some positive yardage there on that first down. Looks like a gain of 2. Little misdirection that time, but Raphael, the Indians were ready for it and stopped him for a minimum gain.
You're right. That time was a misdirection pitch. Kind of thinking, hey, I'm going to pitch this way, but I'm going to pitch it back. So Southwest was trying to catch us sleeping out of that timeout right there, but the Indians were able to pick it up.
So 6:38 and counting here in the first quarter. ICC still with that 7-0 lead, but again, another long drive, our first drive of the game that has went more than 3 plays, but a long drive here, and that's what Southwest has been accustomed to this season.
Another guy moved.
But say a little movement there by one of the running backs, but no call. This give is going to be the fullback. He's going to be hit, stacked up at the line of scrimmage, and a nice play that time by the Indians. Making the stop at the line of scrimmage that time as they came in a hurry, was able to come in and make that play. As that was number 97 for the Indians, Howard, a freshman out of Independence High School, the Fighting Russos coming in and making the play that time for the Indians. Now to bring up a 3rd down and 7 possession down here. And the Indians would love to find a way to get off the field here, but you got to think with if they could pick up 3 or 4 yards, they might think about going for it on 4th down. 7-0, ICC with the lead. 3rd down and 7 here for the Bears. And now they are going to run that option, and we've got flags down, and this may be on, yes, it's going to be false start on the Bears. So the first time the Bears have been penalized tonight, and it comes at a crucial time there for the Bears, and it's going to back them up now. Should be a 3rd down and roughly 13, maybe 12 here for the Bears once they mark this penalty yardage off. So a big-time break there for the Indians, Raphael, as I do think the Indians kind of sniffed out that option that time, but still going to back them up into a 3rd down. Let's call it 3rd down and 13.
I think the Bears are kind of happy that they blew the whistle because there was a fumble on that play as well.
So 3rd down and 13 is the situation here for the Bears, a team that does not throw the ball that often. And now they are going to drop back to pass. Pass over the middle, and it's going to be complete. The ICC just did not pick up the fullback coming out of the backfield. He's going to have it inside the 10 where he's going to be pushed out of bounds. And just a great play call that time by the Bears and a big-time pickup as they move the ball, not only get the 1st down, but was able to move the ball down to about the 9-yard line for the 1st down, as it'll be a 1st and goal situation as the ball marked at the 9.
Again, the Bears are looking for those little sneaky plays where you're thinking pitch, thinking option, and then all of a sudden they catch you sleeping and they snuck the fullback out in the kind of a wheel route and caught a pass down the middle.
I think that was a Bear over the PA system. I'm not for sure.
Another false start there, but nobody.
So they're not calling that tonight. It's the end flinch that time. And now they're going to pitch it out wide, trying to seal the corner. And now he's going to cut it back up the middle. It's going to be hit and dropped inside the 5-yard line. Well, let's give credit, number 26 for the Indians.
Number 1, Cameron Kincaid.
As we don't forget who switches out the numbers on 26. But he sealed that corner, forcing him back to the inside to get some help defensively.
Now, you need to help me with the understanding of this. I thought when you go in motion, you can't turn back to the line. So the guy went in motion and turned around and came back to his position and went back in motion. So I'm not sure why that wasn't a false start.
I don't know either, Raphael. So it's going to be 2nd and goal to go. The ball is at the 5-yard line here for the Bears. They trail it 7-0. They do pitch it out wide. Now tries to cut back up the middle, but there's the Indians for the tackle for the loss.
Good job by the Indians defense there. Again, you see Keyshawn Parker.
That was Keyshawn Parker, and along with number 36 for the Indians, that is going to be Randolph coming in and making the play. So a big-time stop there for the Indians. It is going to bring up now a 3rd down and 7 after a loss of 2 on the play there. The Bears in 4-down territory. You would think here they trail it 7-0. There's 3:23 to go here in the first quarter of play. This time man is going to flare out to the left side. They break out of that traditional option set that they've been in all game long. And flags are down again. It looks like a lineman got an early jump on that one and going to back them up even more. So the Indians get a little bit of a break here, Raphael. 2nd time on this drive they've been called for a false start. This one probably a little bit bigger than the last one, though, for the Bears.
Yeah, the Bears were kind of knocking on the Indians' door in the red zone there and trying to score, and then happened to have a little false start and had to be backed up 5 yards, and that's not what you want.
So now with the clock inside 3 minutes, 7-0 is the lead for ICC. The Indians would love to find a way to at least force them to think about a field goal. As quarterback looking to pass, plenty of time to throw over the middle. Does he catch it? No, in and out of the hands of the wide receiver that time, as it was intended for number 13 for the Bears. That's going to be McDonald. McDonald come up wanting a pass interference call, and good no call that time by the referee.
Wrong person to try to throw to when you got Savante Oliver sitting over there, and he was the defender. He knocked the ball out of the receiver hand, and the ball was incomplete.
So now it will be a field goal attempt here for the Bears. The ball is going to be spotted at the 20-yard line, so it'll be a 30-yard attempt here for Southwest. 2:45 to go in the first quarter. ICC with a 7-0 lead. Snap back's a good one. The kick is up, and the kick is good. 7-3 is your score. As the Bears drive down, they put a lot of clock, and the Indians force them, though, to bend, not break, and gives up the 3 points. We'll take a break. Let's hear from First American National Bank and come back with more as ICC leads at 7-3 with 2:41 to go here in the first quarter.
First American National Bank is a local bank. Our 10 locations are right here in Northeast Mississippi. Banking decisions are made locally by people who live here. It's been that way for more than 50 years. Our involvement in the community is important to us. That's where our roots are. Technology, it changes daily, but our community is what keeps us together. If you like high-tech banking, we've got that too. Follow the flag to First American National Bank, from Iuka to Tupelo.
And welcome back, 7-3 after a 30-yard field goal by Southwest. 2:41 to go here in the first quarter. ICC with the lead as we're getting set for another First American National Bank kickoff. Back to receive for the Indians, number 9, Wren. And Twilly, I believe, is the one on the other side of the field. Set to return this First American National Bank kickoff. With locations in Belmont, Boonville, Burnsville, Fulton, Golden, Iuka, Tishomingo, Saltillo, and Tupelo. Follow the flag to learn more about First American National Bank. Well, the up man ran into the return man that time, and the Indians are going to be lucky to get the ball back out to the 30-yard line, as I believe that was Corley Hooper who came up to make the play on that one. And you got it, kind of like the outfield, Raphael, you got to say ball, ball, ball. And that time the guys ran into it. The Indians fumbled the ball, was able to get it back, and they will have pretty good field position, though, starting with the 1st and 10 at the 30.
At halftime,
so it'll be first down and 10. ICC with a 7-3 lead. 2:35 to go here in the first quarter. The ball is at the 30-yard line. Indians come in the backfield with 2 running backs in the backfield, 2 receivers on the far side of the field, 1 here on the near side, as that is Jalen Gale. Mills, your quarterback. He's going to hand it off to Wallington. Wallington's going to power his way up the middle, and a gain of about 3, maybe 4 on the play, and a solid pickup there on first down by Wallington. Well, if both these teams keep the ball on the ground like we've seen all day, we could have a pretty quick contest. And with a 4.5-hour drive home and soccer tomorrow at 1, you won't hear me complain about that. Oh, by the way, speaking of that, it will be sophomore day for the Lady Indians, as ICC will play host to Meridian in the final home game and final game of the regular season tomorrow at 1 and 3. Join us right here on the Red Channel. Mills slashes it over. This is going to be Flowers. Has the first down as he gets the ball across the 40 down to about the 43-yard line. And a solid pickup there to move the chains by the Indians. And Flowers just does a good job of finding that spot in the zone, getting out there, getting the ball, and Mills throws it in a hurry.
Right. I was just about to say that kind of that quick slant in the zone has been there for the Indians here early in this game.
So now to be first down and 10. This first down being brought to you by your Itawamba County Farm Bureau agent, Joey Cox, the former ICC All-American football player, proud to sponsor this broadcast here on Super Talk Mississippi. Fly ball down the sidelines, and there's Colin Woods with the reception. And a big-time catch there as Woods showing off that speed down the sideline. Good pass that time from Clark Mills. And that'll move the chains, and a big-time pickup there for the Indians.
Taking the top off the defense there, as the Indians would say. Collins Wood just was streaking down the sideline with a great catch.
So first down and 10. The ball is now going to be at the 31-yard line for the Indians. ICC trying to answer that field goal with a touchdown of their own. Flowers, was just tripped up. Good play in the backfield that time by number 24 for Southwest. That's going to be Clark. If Clark doesn't make that play, Flowers is running for days. So a gain of 1, though, as Flowers is able to squirt forward for a minimum gain there. So it'll be second down and 9 now is the situation here for the Indians. It's a very weird atmosphere here at the football stadium. You don't hear a lot of crowd noises. You hear the band, the PA announcer constantly talking over the PA system. They're just going to set up a bubble screen now to Wallington. Wallington trying to bounce it to the outside. Will come up shy of the 25-yard line. Nice open field tackle that time by number 7, Newsom. As now it's going to bring up a third down. Let's call it a third down and a long 5, short 6 here for the Indians. A possession down here for ICC. The ball needs to get out to about the 21-yard line. So we'll see if ICC can manage to find a way to keep this drive alive here. And looks like ICC will let the first half expire as they lead at 7-3. We'll take a break and come back with more here from Summit as we head to the second quarter with the Indians leading at 7-3 over the Southwest Mississippi Bears. Back with more right after this.
This broadcast of ICC Athletics is being brought to you by Renaissance Bank, Little Caesars, Davis Ford, the Sonic of Fulton, Tupelo Coca-Cola Bottling Works, the Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi, First American National Bank, the ICC BSU, your Itawamba County Farm Bureau agent, Joey Cox, Cagle Eye Center, the ICC Foundation, the Bank of Okolona, and the ICC Alumni Association.
You could say it's about the clubs. You could say it's about the ball. You could even say it's about the course or the weather. But what it really comes down to is consistency and hard work. Over and over and over again. At Renaissance, we understand consistency. We understand hard work. Most importantly, we understand you. Renaissance Bank. Understanding you.
And welcome back as we start the second quarter of play with ICC leading at 7-3. I'm trying my best, folks, to get us some type of, hopefully it's coming across better over the broadcast and the radio here, but it just seems like no noise in the stadium whatsoever. ICC with the football, 3rd down and 5. The give is going to be to Waddington. There is a flag down. Waddington battling forward, and it's going to be enough. Or actually, no, it's not going to be enough. And there's another flag coming in late on the play, so we'll see what these are as the referees sort them out. You got to think, Raphael, the first flag and the location it is going to be a holding penalty called here on ICC. But the question is going to be the late flag coming in. Hiram Waddington pointing towards Southwest as the officials are talking things over here again. They haven't had the officials mic'd up tonight, so and when they turn their backs to us, it's hard to see, and they play music as soon as the referees get ready to talk, so we'll try to see what they call here in this situation.
I think it was a late hit.
Oh, no, they actually have them hooked up this time.
Number 22, 5-yard penalty. After the play, unsportsmanlike conduct on the defense. 15-yard penalty, automatic, first down.
All right, so you heard it there. The first flag was on ICC, and they called it an illegal shift on number 22.
22 not even in the game.
That's what I was thinking. We don't even have a 22. That's a linebacker that they called the illegal shift on, but they did call the personal foul penalty after the play on Southwest, so that'll be a 15 yards and an automatic first down there for the Indians. So after they kind of clear everything out there, ICC will get the first down and the ball now at the 15-yard line. There was a man in motion, so I don't know who it was. Maybe possibly number 25, Barry Flowers, but it was not 22 as he wasn't even on the field. Either way it goes, first down and 10 now here for the Indians. They lead at 7-3 as we're just now starting the second quarter of play. Mills is in trouble. Oh, what a great block, but now another late flag coming in. Looks like this is probably going to be holding here, but a great job that time helping out on the block is going to be Anthony Saylor, and I think they're actually going to get number 56 for the Indians, Brooks, on the hold that time as he gets up off the bottom of the pile. But Saylor just came over and cleared out everybody, and I think really and truly more than anything, the fact that Saylor just kind of pancaked the entire 3 people, including his own teammates, might have been what got the flag thrown.
I think so.
So they are going to back it up.
But one thing about looking at Clark, I don't know why he didn't throw the ball away after he got out of the tackle box, because he was 5 yards back after running out of bounds. So now the Indians have the 5-yard penalty plus some.
And again, they play the music when the referees call out the penalties, so sometimes we can hear them, sometimes we can't. So either way it goes, it's going to be a first down and now 20 situation here for the Indians. Mills looking to throw, plenty of time, now pressure, stepping up and throws over the top of it. That's going to be caught, slips off a tackle, now he's going to try to stretch out. Does he get in? Touchdown, Indians! What a great job that time by Quay Tucker. Tucker just would not be denied as he was able to slip by a tackler and then just stretch it out. Good job by Mills, as you see on the Little Caesars instant replay. A missed tackle there, but good job by Mills to extend that play. Tucker got hit, tried to be dragged down to the 2-yard line, stretched the arm out, and got the touchdown. And ICC now leads it 13-3, awaiting the PAT here for the Indians. Snaps a little high, was able to get it up, and the kick is good. 14-3, ICC with the lead. 14-12 to go here until halftime. We're going to take a timeout. Let's hear from Cagle Eye Center and be back with more here on the ICC Sports Network. Indians lead Southwest 14-3.
The longer a person has diabetes, the more likely they are to develop diabetic retinopathy. If left untreated, diabetic retinopathy can lead to blindness. That's why it's important for diabetics to have a comprehensive eye examination with dilation once a year. I'm Dr. Laurie Cagle of Cagle Eye Center in Fulton. We offer comprehensive eye exams to provide diagnosis and treatment of various eye diseases. Browse our large selection of frames available in prescription and non-prescription. Call to schedule your appointment today at Cagle Eye Center in Fulton.
And welcome back. 14-12 to go until halftime. ICC with a 14-3 lead here. A touchdown pass, the second of the night by Clark Mills that time. He was able to find Quay Tucker on the reception, and a nice extra effort by Tucker, able to get that one in the end zone to give ICC the 14-3 lead. We're getting set for this First American National Bank kickoff here from the Indians. This is going to be Benson who will step into this one, and Benson will kick this one down the field, and ICC was offsides on the kickoff there. The ball taken at the 15-yard line. He's going to be hit and spun around and dropped as he crosses the 25, and that was right next to the kicker that time, the young man that was offside, and he's getting an earful here from Coach Cannon as he's like, you're right next to the football. You don't have to do that. As the flag is down, the referees will talk this one over, see if Southwest will elect to do here. Offside on the kicking team. And they're going to make ICC re-kick it. That's not a bad idea, Raphael, as the Indians, we said this is not the original kicker that started the season here, as Benson has come in to take over the kicking duties. Now, he did kick at Water Valley. Of course, he's a state champion out of Water Valley. He's listed as a linebacker, 5'11", 212 pounds. So now they'll back the ball up to the 30-yard line, and we'll do the First American National Bank kickoff all over again. Now, Benson, here's the thing. He has put a few in the end zone. So when he is able to get a foot into it, he can send it far. So we're waiting the retry here, as this time the ball is going to be popped up, and a fair catch is going to be called, and a good decision there by Southwest, as that time Benson got a little bit too much underneath it, and they're going to spot the ball probably about the 41-yard line. Yes, that's where the Bears will have it, 1st and 10. So that worked out extremely well for the Bears, as they'll have it 1st down and 10 with 14:06 to go here in the contest. ICC with a 14-3 lead here in this non-division matchup between ICC and Southwest. We're all the way in Summit, Mississippi. We'll explain a little bit later in the program how Summit, Mississippi got their name. So 1st down and 10 here for the Bears. Man in motion going to the high side of your screen. Handoff is going to be to the fullback, first man through, and he's going to rumble out near the 45. They're going to mark him down at the 44. So let's go back to that the more you know moment, where Summit got their name. They actually at one point in time for the, I think it was the Illinois Railroad Company, thought this was the highest point in Mississippi or in this area that they were in, so they called that the Summit. So it's higher up in the air. Come to find out a little bit later, it's actually Brookhaven that is the highest point in this area. So the more you know. Yeah, they need to swap names. I think the elevation is 415 foot here in Summit. Looking back to pass. Got a man over the middle. Tip ball, and it's going to be incomplete. Thrown a little bit behind the receiver that time, but Keyshawn Parker in there to make the play for the Indians. Boy, that's one thing. If you're a Bear, you're happy to see that ball hit the ground, Raphael, because anytime it gets tipped, that's never a good thing.
You're right, and like I said, a team that don't throw the ball that much, you know, you're going to get those passes that's going to be behind the guy, and so you want it to hit the ground. And if it don't hit the ground, most of the time a team will pick it off, especially a tip football.
We have a First American National Bank scoreboard update thanks to brother Chris Burrows. Northwest leading 7-3 midway through the second quarter. And in the final red and blue game in softball, the red team picked up a 4-3 win, and they win that series there. So the red team will be eating steak, and the blue team will be eating beans later on. So a big carry there now. It's going to bring up a 4th and 1 situation, maybe 4th and 2. And Brother Chris is saying, yeah, there's really no crowd noise in the background, so we'll try to pump that up a little bit more for you there. I don't want to pump it up too loud because occasionally they play music, or I'm not trying to sound mean when I say this, guys, but they play what tries to sound like a bear roaring, sounds more like a cow in distress over the PA system. You'll probably hear a little bit later on in the program. 4th down and 1 The Bears are going to hand it off in the backfield, and the ball came free, but no, it's going to be picked up by the Bears. But Keyshawn Parker doing Keyshawn Parker things, coming in, blowing up that play, nearly took the handoff as the ball was handed off to number 22 that time. That's going to be Campbell on the play, and the Indians get a big stop there.
Yeah, it was 4th and 1, and the Bears were trying to, get that first down, and Keyshawn Parker popped through and dropped him.
Yeah, so there was 4th and 1, ended up being a loss of 1, so now the Indians get really good field position here after they get the turnover on downs. 1st down and 10 now is the situation here. Mills is your quarterback, 3 receivers here on the near side. Fakes the screen, now rolls out. It's going to simply throw this one away. Good job by the defense of Southwest that time. Did not bite on the pump fake on the bubble screen to Flowers. They were able to go deep. They were looking for Woods streaking over the middle, but they had safety help over the top that time. Was able to shut that one down. So now it'll be a 2nd down and 10 situation here for the Indians. The ball is going to be on the positive side of the 50 at the 48-yard line with 12:33 to go here in the second quarter. We'll have the Little Caesars halftime report coming your way. We'll also take a look at the ICC All-American Band, and now they're going to call false start on the Indians.
See, what's happening there, our center is not snapping the ball. There was a lot of guys that had approached there on from Southwest, and then our receiver took off, and the ball hadn't been moved, so they're going to call us for the false start.
Yep, just the little things of football that don't really, sometimes they go your way, sometimes they don't, and that time that one went against the Indians. Taylor Swift coming into the concert now is his 2nd down and 15. Mills, their quarterback, is going to be a low snap. He's able to get it. Now they do set up the bubble screen and just in and out of the hands. That time as it was intended for Quay Davis. I think Davis was looking to see who was closing in on him that time before he caught the football. And now to be a 3rd down and 15 situation. And Raphael, this drive right now just not going well for the Indians.
You're right. Quay was hearing footsteps, as they would say. He was kind of looking to see where he was going to go before he even caught the ball.
So it'll be a 3rd down and 15 situation here for ICC. 3 receivers here on the near side of the field. You've got one up top and Hiram Walton in the backfield with Clark Mills. He's going to change the play at the line of scrimmage. Looks like you've got Woods all alone up top on the far side of the field. Mills looking to pass, plenty of time to throw. Throws over the middle, jump ball by Tucker. He's going to have it, but I don't think it's going to be enough for the 1st down. They're going to mark him down to 40, so it's probably going to bring up about a 4th down and 1.5, maybe 2 on the play that time. And just a big pass and a good job that time by Tucker going up and making up for the fact he dropped the last one. And now looks like ICC, they're going to send in
the truck unit. Tank.
Yep, and I believe they call this play Tank, as they're going to bring in the big boys here on this 4th and 2 situation. The ball has got to get closer to the 43 than the 42 in this situation. So we saw the Indians come up with the stop on 4th down. Nope, it's going to be a fumble on the play. The ball is loose on the field. And unless ICC recovers it, nope, Southwest gets it. So a bad snap that time and a turnover. And so the Indians get a stop on 4th down, and the Indians turn it over on 4th down. So anything you can do, I can do better in that exchange. Just a bad snap that time, and the Bears able to get it. And you look at it, they would have been about a yard shy, so on that. And so the Indians roll the dice and can't come away with the conversion there on 4th down. Now the Bears will have it. The ball is going to be at the 39-yard line where it's 1st and 10. Bears trail it 14-3, looking to pass. Lobs it up over the middle of the field. This is going to be a jump ball. It's going to be intercepted by the Indians. And ICC gets the football right back on another turnover, as that's going to be number 16, Jaquan Williams, a sophomore defensive back out of Kosciuszko, coming up and making the play for the Indians.
Indians did well right there, kind of just, ran with the receiver down the field when the ball got in the air, became kind of an outfielder for, to get that interception, and picked it off and did a good job.
Yeah, basically works as a punt that time on 1st down, so the Indians able to get the ball back now. We're going to be 1st down and 10. The ball is going to be at the 26-yard line. And Mills going to reset the play here. He's got 2 running backs to his left and right, 2 receivers on the near side of the field, 1 on the high side. Mills looking to pass. Looks to load up and goes long. He's got a man down the field. A lot of pushing and shoving, but he caught it! What a play by the Indians!
One referee saying bobble, the other one says incomplete.
They're going to say it's incomplete. Oh, let's go look at that on the Little Caesars instant replay. We're going to look back at this one. Oh, that's a catch all day, every day. Oh, the old baseball chants, nuts and bolts. And you guys know the rest, is that one is going to be called incomplete. Unfortunate break there for the Indians. Now it's going to be a handoff to Waddington, who's going to try to get around the corner. Looks up the field, is going to be hit and knocked out of bounds as he crosses the 35-yard line. And that's going to be a pretty big pickup there. We'll see where they spot the football. Should be a third down and short situation here. Are they going to say move the chains?
First down.
No, they're going to say move the chains. So a gain of 10 that time for Waddington on the play. Rafi, how many times have you heard Taylor Swift at a football game?
Not too many times.
Well, we've heard it 4 times so far here in the first half. First down and 10. 5 wide here for the Indians. Mills is your quarterback. Going to set up the bubble screen here to Waddington. Waddington with the reception. Now over the middle. Gets across the 40-yard line. Is going to dive out to about the 42. And a solid pickup there on first down. Should be a second down in about 3, maybe 4 situation here for ICC. The clock continuing to roll here. The Indians lead at 14-3. 10:40 to go here until halftime. And now ICC trying to speed up things offensively. 2 receivers on both sides of the football. Waddington's in the backfield. Now Mills is going to change the play at the line of scrimmage. And looks like we got movement again up front by the Indians. False start on the Indians, and that's been the 3rd or 4th time we've seen that call tonight, Rafi.
Yeah, and I was about to say, they're like kind of like that first game jitters a little bit. When you play in that first game and you kind of get all those penalties, that's what kind of the Indians are doing tonight. Hopefully they can clean it up a little bit and keep the ball moving. When you got the ball moving down the field, you don't want to kill your momentum.
So now it'll be a second down and 9 situation here for the Indians. Waddington goes in motion, low snap. Mills finds it, now wants to load up, throws downfield, got a man. Jump ball, and no, this one is not going to be caught this time as it was intended for number 6, Quay Tucker. Tucker made what looked to be a pretty good catch earlier that the referee said was not a catch. So now it's going to break up a 3rd down and 9 situation. Former ICC defensive back coach Tyrone Fox checking in, saying, "Are you at a country music concert?" That was before I even made the comment about Taylor Swift earlier.
Well, that's all you
not
can hear.
Not knocking Taylor Swift, by the way.
Yeah, I was going to say, that's all you can hear is the music, because really the fans are kind of just, ooh and ah is when the play happened.
So now it's going to be 3rd down and 9 here for the Indians. A conversion down, and even 10 minutes to go until halftime. Mills gets a good snap. Time to throw. Loads up, goes downfield, and just overthrows the intended receiver Tucker that time by about 10 yards. So I don't know if that was just a miscommunication on the route that time or what. And a good job, thanks to part of a penalty, but Southwest able to stall out the drive for the Indians and will force the Indians for a punt here. This punt being brought to you by Little Caesars, as it'll be Brett Benjamin, a freshman out of Kossuth, on to kick this one away.
I think Clark was under pressure a little bit and kind of put a little more on it than he wanted to.
So winning this Little Caesars punt, hey, ICC fans, don't forget the quickest pizza in Itawamba County just got faster thanks to our friends at Little Caesars and a new Little Caesars app. You can download the app, punch in all your information, order your pizza, even pay for it from your phone. And what a booming punt here. And it's going to be taken and a fair catch called at about the 20-yard line. So just like Little Caesars, Brett Benjamin, money that time on the kick.
If I could have your attention.
As it's good to see Tyler Kemp in the house tonight as he quickly runs into the other room as Tyler Kemp and Dr. Jay Allen here.
I was going to say that Benjamin needs to speed up that kick on the punt. If not, he's going to have a couple of the bears in his face. So he's going to have to speed up his punt, but he did do a good job on getting that ball out.
Yeah, he's got a pretty good punt on both of them so far. So they're going to run the reverse option. ICC's there to eat it up. Good job by the Indians defense.
Linebackers were getting in the backfield and were able to blow that play up. Did a good job. Number 8 for the Indians.
And that was Keyshawn Parker that started it all there, but it was number 8, Nick Smith, coming in to finish that one off. A big-time loss there on the play as the ball goes back to about a loss of 6. So it should be second down and roughly 16 as the clock rolling here with 9:15 to go until halftime. Dr. Jay Allen in the house. I mentioned Tyler's name, he runs away. Dr. Allen's going to stick around, making sure me and Raphael behave. Quick pass out is going to be caught now. It's going to be hit, and no, he slips off a tackle at the 20, gets near out near the 30-yard line, and a nice job that time by the Bears to quickly get back some of that yards lost on that sack, and now it's going to bring up a third down. Let's call it a 3rd down and 3 situation here for the Bears. 14-3 is your score. 8:57 and counting until halftime. Remind you to stay tuned. Part of the Little Caesars halftime report will be a look back at one of the ICC All-American band performances, and if we have time, we'll hear interviews from today's ICC men's soccer win over Northwest. That was earlier today in a makeup game back in Fulton. Of course, Coach Mike Sullivan wasn't there. He's had family members that's under the weather, praying for the Sullivan family and hope that all things continue to get better there. As this is going to be pitched out wide now, looking to try to seal that block, but there's the Indians to eat it up. Big time play there, as that's going to be number 32 for the Indians. That's going to be Jamal Shumpert, the hometown boy out of Itawamba HS, coming in, making the play.
Good job by Jamal coming in, reading the guy on that pitch, and like I said, the Indians been getting pitched left and right, and he read that pitch and was able to make that stop.
So a good stop there for the Indians. Actually a loss of 1 on the play, so it's going to bring up a 4th down. 4th down and 3, and another Little Caesars punt coming up here for the Bears. Well, the Bears have gotten off 2 good kicks so far in this contest. See if the Indians try to elect to bring a little bit of pressure here. Snap back's a little high. I was able to get to it. ICC does bring some pressure, but gets the kick away. High kick is going to hit and bounce straight up in the air and be down at about the 48-yard line. So the Indians will get good field position after that Little Caesars punt. Let's take a quick timeout. Hear a word from Little Caesars and be back with more. ICC leads it 14-3.
Celebrate outrageous amounts of toppings with Little Caesars Extra Most Bestest. With the most cheese and now with the most toppings at the nation's best price. Create your favorite pizza starting at $6. Pay, then express pickup at Little Caesars.
Pizza.
And welcome back now. 14-3 is the score as ICC has it 1st and 10. The ball on the negative side of the 50 at the 48-yard line. And it's going to be a play-action fake. Quick pass to the outside and just in and out of the hands that time as it was intended for Jalen Gale. Gale went up, tried to one-hand that one. Got to use both of them to get him and bring that one in, Rafael.
You're right, and I was just about to say the Indians needed to go back to those little quick slants, something that was moving the ball down the field, kind of get Clark back into a rhythm right here before the half.
One of the games we're keeping an eye on tonight is that Northwest-Northeast matchup. Northwest scores on a 28-yard interception return, 25-yard interception return. They take a 13-3 lead with 3:45 to go in the second quarter. So after the pass incomplete, ICC goes back to the air, and it's going to be complete for a 1st down and a solid pickup there as they get the ball across the 40 down to about the 38-yard line. Move the chains, as that's going to be another 1st down for the Indians. That 1st down being brought to you by your Itawamba County Farm Bureau agent Joey Cox, and that was Augusta Cox, a wide receiver, 6'4", 277, a sophomore out of Shannon High School. That will move the chains there for the Indians. 14-3, ICC with the lead. Mills with 2 running backs in the backfield. This time he's going to hand off to Waddington. Waddington just blows by a defender, now gets up the field, lowers his head, and gets out near the 30-yard line. The ball comes free, but they're going to say he was on the ground once, or it was down before the ball came free that time. And a solid pickup there on 1st down. Looks like a pickup of about 5. Should bring up a 2nd down and 5 situation here for the Indians. 6:50 to go here in the first half. ICC trying to find a way to put points on the board here before they move into the second half. Of course, ICC got the ball to start the first half. They scored on a, I believe, 28-yard touchdown pass. 2 touchdown passes so far in the game here for Clark Mills. Two receivers on the far side of the ball. The Indians do have a tight end, 1 receiver here on the near side. Wallington's in the backfield. He's going to get the handoff, try to cut it back up the middle. The hole closed quickly that time, and a minimum gain of maybe 1 that time for Wallington. So it's going to bring up a 3rd down. Let's call it a short 4 situation, maybe a long 3 for the Indians here on 3rd down.
Indians trying to stay generic a little bit. Like I said, kind of get in a rhythm, 2 passes and then a little run, and now you got 3rd and 4. Trying to keep it manageable. And like I said, a few minutes ago they were trying to, take the top off of it. So just kind of trying to stay manageable here.
Yeah, the Indians would love to put more points on the board here as an option football team that doesn't pass the ball very well. If you can make it 21-3, that's going to force them to get out of their regular routine of running the ball. So the ICC were looking to put points on the board. Mills looking to throw on 3rd down. Pass out is complete to Waddington, and that's going to be good for another 1st down.
Another slant right there. Like I said, just trying to pick up the little positive yards.
That's one part of the Waddington's game I don't think he gets enough credit for. As good as he is a running back, equally good out of the backfield catching the football. That moves the chains for another first down. Keeps the drive alive here with 5:24 and counting here in the second quarter. 14-3, Indians with the lead and the football. Mills, your quarterback. Two receivers on both sides of the football. Waddington stays in at the running back. Mills gets the snap, looking to throw. Plenty of time to throw. Now steps up. The ball pops up in the air. Still loose, and I think the Indians able to come up with it. Scary moment there as Mills stepped up in the pocket, got hit with it, but a good job by Waddington, who ran that drag route over the middle that time, able to come back and get the football. Looks like we have an Indian shaken up on the play. So an injury time on the field. Let's take it with them. We'll take a break and be back with more right after this on the ICC Sports Network.
Everyone has a unique story to tell. Maybe your story has you performing your new song in front of a crowd, getting to play your favorite sport, or enjoying a horseback ride in the country. At Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi, our group of skilled surgeons understand your need to continue your story. That is why we are the preferred choice for orthopedic care. Thank you for choosing us. Our story is you. Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi.
Ever since you got that license, you haven't stopped moving forward. Now that you're older and on the move, you need a safer place to keep your money. We get it. A student checking account frees you up with things like mobile check deposit to take care of that check from grandma without having to stop at a bank. Pay with your phone when you're out with friends. And stop worrying about ATM fees. We'll pay you back for those. Worry about your future, not your money. And know that we'll stick with you, wherever you go. Renaissance Bank. Understanding you. Member FDIC.
And welcome back to action. 14-3 is your score. 4:56 to go here in the second quarter. That was Cameron Orr, a redshirt sophomore offensive lineman, 6'6", 300 pounds, out of Itawamba HS, that was shaken up on the play, but good to see him walk off on his own power. So Mills dropping back to pass. Goes over the middle. It's going to be caught. And a big-time throw and catch there by the Indians, as that was number 3, Quay Davis, who's had a pretty good game tonight for the Indians, coming in for the reception, and ICC wanting to hurry back to the line of scrimmage.
Good job by Clark Mills, staying in rhythm, hitting Quay Davis down, streaking down the hash marks there.
So now it's going to be a first-and-goal situation here for the Indians. And this is going to be a give. This is going to be to the big man, rumbling, stumbling, bumbling into the end zone. Touchdown, Indians. That's Quarles with the touchdown.
Nothing special there. Just give it to him, and he hit it up the middle and scored a touchdown.
Well, that's the first time we've seen Quarles in the game tonight. And a big touchdown there. We said if ICC can get 3 touchdowns on the board, would be an opportunity to force Southwest kind of out of their rhythm here, as Quarles takes that one to the house from about 10 yards out and gives the Indians the 20-3 advantage now, as we're awaiting the PAT here.
About 6 seconds on the play clock.
Yeah, had a late substitution into the game there. Snaps a little high. The kick is up, and the kick is good. 21-3, ICC takes the lead. We'll take a break. There's 4:22 to go until halftime. Back with more right after this on the ICC Sports Network.
This broadcast of ICC Athletics is being brought to you by Renaissance Bank, Little Caesars, Davis Ford, the Sonic of Fulton, Tupelo Coca-Cola Bottling Works, the Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi, First American National Bank, the ICC BSU, your Itawamba County Farm Bureau agent, Joey Cox, Cagle Eye Center, the ICC Foundation, the Bank of Okolona, and the ICC Alumni Association.
And welcome back to action. 21-3, ICC with the lead after that 10-yard touchdown run by Quarles. 4:22 to go here until halftime. New kicker for this First American National Bank kickoff is going to be Skylar Grisham. He just made that extra point to give the Indians a 21-3 advantage. He's going to step into this kick, and it's going to be a deep kick taken at the 5-yard line here by Southwest. He's going to cut it up the sidelines, and is hit hard that time by the Indians. And a big-time lick down the field. Let's see who that was. As you see the return here, just about the 4-yard line, and as that was number 16, that's going to be Jaquan Williams, a sophomore defensive back out of Kosciuszko, coming in there and laying the lick and stopped that return that time. Spun him around and actually knocked him back for a loss on the play as he was able to get the ball out to the 22, but the ball now will be spotted at the 20-yard line. So 21-3, ICC with the lead. Southwest back, and now they're going to drop back to pass. Looking to go deep, nothing there. ICC's there for the sonic sack. Tribe of Indians in the backfield that time. Let's see who gets off the bottom of the pile. I believe that's going to be Corley Hooper for the Indians. Yes, Corley Hooper coming in, leading the way there for the Indians, and along with Hooper was number 98 on the play. That's going to be, or 99, excuse me, that's going to be Womack coming in for the sonic sack. Now looking to pass one more time. Indians bringing the heat. He's hit as he throws and overthrows, and a lucky break there for the Indians. If he was able to put that one on the money, Raphael, that's 6.
The pass is incomplete. That'll bring up
Indians,
third down.
Free safety that time, kind of slipped trying to get across the way. ICC bringing the pressure. Hit the quarterback as he threw it, causing him to float that one a little bit. And so now, after 2 incomplete passes, it's going to be a third down and 16 situation. There's 3:39 to go here in the second quarter. ICC leading Southwest 21-3. This time it's going to be a quarterback keeper. He tries to run the option, now pitches it to the outside. He's going to be ran out of bounds. Good job by the Indians forcing the pitch that time, and the defense coming over to help him out. And it's going to be a punting situation here. Good job defensively by the Indians to force a 3 and out.
That's right, Adam. You have to stay at home on the option there, and that's what the Indians did. They stayed at home on that pitch. Once they pitched the ball over, they were right there to run the guy out of bounds and force this punt here.
I'm going to tell you this, folks. I've got a lot of great text messages about the music selection here at the football field from some people texting me right now. Michael Nanny, you probably win tonight so far. Waiting for another Little Caesars punt. This one's going to be boomed and a spiraling kick high into the evening here in Summit, and it's going to be caught and a fair catch called at the 45-yard line. So the Indians will have it 1st and 10. Well, Raphael, 3:05 to go here in the second quarter. A chance for the Indians to put more points on the board and possibly put this thing a little bit further out of reach.
Most definitely. What you're looking for here is Clark to stay in rhythm like he did in the last possession. Hopefully he can hit some short routes, and and maybe the Indians can break a few runs and score here to put some more points on the board before half.
So we'll be 1st and 10 here, 3:05 to go until halftime. This first down being brought to you by your Itawamba County Farm Bureau agent, Joey Cox. Mills is your quarterback. 3 receivers on the far side of the field. You've got Woods one-on-one here at the bottom of your screen. That's where they want to go. Slant route is caught by Woods. Slips off a tackle. Now he gets a stiff arm. He's going to have to wrap up the football, and he gets a nice reception downfield that time as he gets the ball out to the 40.
Good job by the Indians again. Like I said, the little short slant route, that helps Clark stay in rhythm, and it gives his receivers good timing and able to separate from the defender to catch the ball.
So now it's going to be 1st and 10 here once again as the ball. A big-time pickup there for the Indians. Mills is your quarterback. Tyler Kemp coming in to get a better listen of the house music here next to me. Mills looking to throw. Plenty of time now. Pressure coming. Mills runs away from it. Throws over the middle. Nice job dishing that one out to Waddington. Waddington gets a block, but it's going to be hit and dropped. Good job by Mills extending the play that time, Raphael, and Waddington releasing and able to get the reception.
Good job by Clark looking for his check down receiver in Wallington, and Wallington was able to pick up positive yards.
So the Indians move the chain once again. Now as the ball gets down to the 18-yard line, we're to be 1st and 10 here for ICC. They lead at 21-3 here. The clock is rolling with 2 minutes to play in the second quarter. ICC trying to build on this 21-3 lead. 2 running backs in the backfield. It's going to be Wilson and Quarles, and it's going to be a give. This is going to be Wilson. Quarles is leading the block for Wilson to the outside, and that should be a horse collar, but they're not going to call it as it's going to be a minimum gain of about 1, maybe 2 on the play that time. Good job by that Southwest defense moving left to right to pursue on the play and make the tackle. Halftime score, Northwest leading Northeast 13-3 at the half. Of course, we're keeping an eye on that score because next week, ICC and Northwest, if Northwest is able to hold on and win tonight, well, actually, it doesn't matter if they hold on and win. It will be playing for a spot in the playoffs next week between ICC and Northwest. Of course, a lot of football left to play between now and then. 1:15 to play here. Mills changing the play. Out of the shotgun, now gets the snap, looking to throw, airs it up, going to the left side, jump ball, touchdown! Are you serious? Colin Woods with maybe the play of the year, and a big-time catch there for the Indians.
Nice job by Collinswood. Leaped up. Well, we got a flag on the play as well, probably for personal foul on Southwest.
Well, let's take a look at this on Little Caesars Instant Replay as he goes up, makes the catch, and hangs on to it. He actually flipping in the air that time. That's going to be an early nominee. Oh, you got to be kidding me.
On us.
Pass interference on the Indians. So take the points off the board.
That was a very delayed call.
Yeah.
I mean, the guy was celebrating and walking back up by the 10-yard line, and I saw the flag drop, and they called pass interference.
Yeah. Little home cooking here near Cajun country, and that one a little extra spicy as it goes against the Indians. 21-3 is your score with 1:06 to play here until halftime. So take that 6 points off the board and a sigh of relief there for Southwest fans. Man, that just takes away probably what was going to be our What a Play Wednesday, brought to you by Renaissance Bank. Remember, every Wednesday you can follow us on Twitter at Let's Go ICC, Instagram as well, and also our YouTube page, and see our What a Play Wednesday presented by Renaissance Bank. Madison Haley brings you that each week here, part of the Let's Go ICC sports coverage. This is going to be a handoff right up the middle, and I believe this is going to be Wilson on the carry. He's going to be hit and dropped as he crosses the 30 down to the 29-yard line. Solid pickup there, and now it's going to be a third down and long situation here. Second time tonight we've seen two amazing pass receptions denied thanks to the flag of the referee, and that was Wilson on the carry. Waddington will come back into the contest now. 40 seconds to go until halftime. ICC with it. You got to figure this might be four-down territory. They might take a shot depending on how much they pick up here to see if they can go for a field goal. Mills looking to pass. Going towards the corner, and it's going to be a little overthrown that time. Looks like it was Wren maybe stopping his route a little short as that one was overthrown. And the Indians are going to trot the kicking unit here onto the field. So it's going to be a fourth down. It'll be a 4th down and 10 with 26 seconds to go. As this is going to be Brett Benjamin.
Try to punt and pin Southwest within the 5-yard line here with 26 seconds to go on the clock.
Low snap. And it's going to be a little pooch punt to the side. ICC is going to let it hit and roll and roll and roll. And it's going to be down at inside the 1. Great job. And now there's a flag down. I think he accidentally threw the flag that time as he meant to throw the beanbag. So let's take a look at that on the Little Caesars Instant Replay. Raphael, you can't draw that up any better if you're Benjamin there to be able to pin the Bears back. And right now, if you're the Bears, you got to run it. You can't take a knee to run out the first half.
You're right. That was a good job by Benjamin to do that little pooch kick. Like I said, he was trying to pin him within the 5 and got him down on the 1. So all Southwest can do now is try to run it.
So with 18 seconds to go, they are going to just try to run this one forward, and that should do it for the first half of play. We'll see if they, or no, excuse me, there's a flag down, and they're going to call offsides on the Indians. Well, I think the referees are getting paid by the flag tonight as that one was thrown off there, and so that will be a penalty on the Indians. And so they will march this one up 5 yards. And now if you're the Bears, you probably do take a knee and try to get to halftime, or do you take a shot? I mean, you're trailing 21-3. You're a triple option team, so you need to see if you can find some way to possibly just make something crazy happen here. And again, a little old school football. They run into play from the sideline. They give it to everybody in the huddle. They typically break the huddle with about 18 seconds, and that's going to do it. ICC leads it 21-3 here at halftime. We're going to take a break and come back with your Little Caesars halftime report. The Indians lead it 21-3. Back with more right after this on the ICC Sports Network.
Get a Little Caesars large extra most bestest stuffed crust pizza topped with pepperoni and cheese and stuffed with over 3 feet of cheese in the crust. That's right, we stuffed cheese Into the crust of the pizza with extra cheese and the most pepperoni. All at the nation's best price of just $9. Try our convenient app and Pizza Portal pickup.
Pizza. At Itawamba Community College, your education is our top priority. With a 20-to-1 student-to-teacher ratio, you will get the help that you need from your instructors. With 3 locations in Fulton, Tupelo, and Belden, ICC offers classes that will prepare you to enter almost any job field of your choice. Learn more about Wallet Hub's #1 community college in Mississippi and the 25th best in the country by visiting iccms.edu or apply online at apply.iccms.edu. Itawamba Community College. The best start here. And welcome back here as ICC leads it 21-3 at halftime. Raphael, your thoughts on the first half?
The Indians did well on the being able to hit the quick routes and being able to move the ball down the field. If they can continue to do that, they can continue to have success. You know, once they moved the ball down the field and got some penalty, they kind of got a stall in their drives down the field. If they can continue to be able to move the ball down the field, I feel like they will be able to put some more points on the board. On the defense side, I feel like they've been doing well. Coach Cannon knows the triple option like the back of his hand, and he's able to send in some plays, and the guys are doing a good job of stopping the triple option.
We're taking a look at some Little Caesars instant replays from the first half. ICC was able to move the ball well. They do lead it 21-3. And Raphael, ICC, you tell they were aggressive offensively. They know if they can get ahead early against a triple option team and kind of put them out of their rhythm, out of their what they want to go for, it throws them in a jam. And we saw that on their not last drive, but their drive before that. They tried to throw the ball early, wasn't successful doing so. ICC also, by the way, does have an interception tonight as well. So getting ahead early is really throwing them out of what they want to do.
You're right. That was kind of our keys to victory today, was talking about being able to play fast. And ICC came out the gate, played fast. As a result, they have 21 points on the board. And if they continue to come out in the second half and play fast, like I said, they probably can blow this game out of the water here against Southwest.
Raphael, you got to think one of the plays we just saw in the Little Caesars instant replays here, possibly one of the biggest plays of the first half, was the fact that ICC went down. It was first and goal. ICC got a penalty, then got a stop, and then forced them to eventually kick a field goal that was good for 20 yards out. That's the only points they got in the first half. A little deflating as it was a long drive, ate up a lot of time, but ICC bent but didn't break on that drive.
You're right, and like I said, that's what you don't want them to score. I mean, a couple of penalties was what allowed Southwest to move down the field as well in that drive. And like I said, they ate up a lot of clock, but the defense has been playing very well for ICC, and that's what you want in the second half, them to continue to get after it, continue to get after the quarterback, continue to be in the backfield and be disruptive as they've been.
Well, that's going to do it for our looks at the first half and thoughts on the first half being brought to you by Raphael Henry. We're going to take a break, hear a few words from our sponsors, and come back and hear from the ICC All-American Band. The Indians lead at 21-3 here at halftime at Southwest. Don't go anywhere, folks. Back with more right after this.
Get a Little Caesars large, extra most bestest stuffed crust pizza, topped with pepperoni and cheese, and stuffed with over 3 feet of cheese in the crust. That's right, we stuffed cheese into the crust of the pizza with extra cheese and the most pepperoni. All at the nation's best price of just $9. Try our convenient app and Pizza Portal pickup.
Pizza. Ever since you got that license, you haven't stopped moving forward. Now that you're older and on the move, you need a safer place to keep your money. We get it. A student checking account frees you up with things like mobile check deposit to take care of that check from grandma without having to stop at a bank. Pay with your phone when you're out with friends. And stop worrying about ATM fees. We'll pay you back for those. Worry about your future, not your money. And know that we'll stick with you wherever you go. Renaissance Bank. Understanding you. Member FDIC.
Everyone has a unique story to tell. Maybe your story has you performing your new song in front of a crowd, getting to play your favorite sport, or enjoying a horseback ride in the country. At Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi, our group of skilled surgeons understand your need to continue your story. That is why we are the preferred choice for orthopedic care. Thank you for choosing us. Our story is you. Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi.
At Itawamba Community College, your education is our top priority. With a 20-to-1 student-to-teacher ratio, you will get the help that you need from your instructors. With 3 locations in Fulton, Tupelo, and Belden, ICC offers classes that will prepare you to enter almost any job field of your choice. Learn more about Wallet Hub's #1 community college in Mississippi and the 25th best in the country by visiting iccms.edu or apply online at apply.iccms.edu. Itawamba Community College. The best start here.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Itawamba Community College is proud to present to you the 2019 ICC All-American Marching Band. This year's program, The Evolution of Gaming, features some of the most popular video games of our time. This evening, we open with the 1980 Atari game Space Invaders. And now, the ICC All-American Marching Band. The 91 Sega game, Sonic the Hedgehog, featuring trumpet soloist Tucker Johnson from Saltillo. Featuring our percussion section. Jackson, South. From Itawamba, and Diavion Calmise Walker from Starkville. Color guard captains are Alfonso Fernandez, South Pontotoc, and Alexis Morton from Lamar County, Alabama. Percussion captains are Cody Hunter from Lafayette and Alexis Bradley from Tupelo. Front ensemble captains are Chloe Hatfield from Alcorn Central and Jacob Curry from Saltillo. Indiana choreographers.
Get a Little Caesars large, extra most bestest stuffed crust pizza, topped with pepperoni and cheese, and stuffed with over 3 feet of cheese in the crust. That's right, we stuffed cheese into the crust of the pizza with extra cheese and the most pepperoni. All at the nation's best price of just $9. Try our convenient app and Pizza Portal pickup.
Pizza.
First American National Bank is a local bank. Our 10 locations are right here in Northeast Mississippi. Banking decisions are made locally by people who live here. It's been that way for more than 50 years. Our involvement in the community is important to us. That's where our roots are. Technology, it changes daily, but our community is what keeps us together. If you like high-tech banking, we've got that too. Follow the flag to First American National Bank, from Iuka to Tupelo.
Student involvement is a top priority here at Itawamba Community College.
If you want to be involved with student government, then the Student Government Association is the place for you.
If you have a stellar GPA, then Phi Theta Kappa is for you.
If you're interested in the diverse culture of our campus population, then the Diversity Club is for you.
If you're interested in leadership and service, then Indian Delegation is for you.
If you're majoring in computer programming or computer networking, then CPNA, the Computer Programming Networking Association, is for you.
If you're interested in good conversations and free lunch on Thursdays, then the Wesley Foundation is for you.
Our health science programs also have specific organizations for those majors.
Student Activities is excited to bring you new opportunities here at the ICC Tupelo campus.
Whatever your passion may be, we have a place for you.
This video is brought to you by Phi Theta Kappa, Beta Chi Sigma, Tupelo campus.
Every game that we've had, you guys told me it was 12 in a row. Okay, it's like I've forgotten. So it's 12 in a row, and it's because of our work rate. So one more night for 90 minutes, let's make sure our work rate is where it needs to be to get that shutout and then also get that W that we should have had maybe a month and a half ago.
ICC on 3, 1, 2, 3, ICC!
What a turn, Sarah! This is long, it's 2 runners! All right, so listen, okay? And we'll talk about we'll have a reflection time tomorrow too, but I just want to compliment you on finding ways to win. You got to recognize every time you're stepping out because of the success we've had through this season, you have a target on your back every time. You are going to get the best from your opponents every time. Your work rate is non-negotiable, whether it's in the first half or in the second half. We have got to do what we do, and we've got to do it to the best of our ability, okay? It's not to get on to you, it's just to make you mindful, because we got one more game to work out kinks, and then we don't have the luxury. When playoffs hit, it's all in or all gone. So make sure it's always all in, and if it's an off game for you, it's all right. As long as you're going full effort 100%, and someone else will pick up your slack if it's just an off game, off of passes or mistakes. Like, that's no big deal, but we've got to have everybody's energy and everybody's effort every single game, okay? That second half should have been a reflection of how we should have been all the way through the game. Fantastic change, fantastic attitude to adjust to it and not dip and just go through the woes me's. You did a phenomenal job of fixing it in the second half, okay? Well done, congratulations on what? How many? 13 straight. Congratulations.
All right, Grace, 2 goals and assists tonight in this big win to keep the win streak alive here, get some momentum headed to the playoffs. Just talk about the match tonight.
It was a hard-fought match all the way through. We had some moments where we didn't play our best, and then we had some moments where we were really strong. We just got to work on evening that out. And this is a good. Everyone's a good win, but this one's really nice because they beat us earlier in the season, so it's nice to get a little bit of revenge.
All right, David, good result tonight, 3-1 against a very scrappy Southwest Tennessee squad. Just team picked it up in the second half, found a way to win.
Yeah, it came out a little sluggish, and all credit to our opponent. I think we've done that a few times this season, but credit to our opponent. It's closing out with the team afterwards and just reminding them that the streak that we've been having, it puts a target on our back, and so we're always going to get the best of any opponent that we're going to face. So we just got to do a better job of being switched on earlier. I thought even on our game on Friday, it was similar to this. Like, we weren't going full effort. We got a few goals, and that helped us. In this game, we scored in the second minute, and we just didn't really get anything going out of that afterwards until we made some adjustments tactically and emotionally and mentally for the second half. So all credit to the team. They responded really well. Got to 13 now, and lucky number 13, we'll call it that. So we're just excited about moving forward and getting ready for our next opportunity in our next game for Meridian on Friday.
Peyton, big goal today, first in the ICC uniform. Just kind of walk me through that. Tell me what that means to you as an Indian.
It means a lot to me as an Indian. Well, we got a PK, a penalty kick on the about 80th minute or so, and Brian Huckabee was going to take it, and I just followed it up after he missed, and I scored it. And it felt great. My first one for ICC.
Yeah, another big win for the program.
This is a great win. We get us back on track. We got playoffs here in 2 games. Got a big playoff game next week, Tuesday at home, so everybody should come out.
All right, Clayton, big win today for the Indians. You contributed 2 assists. Just tell me a little bit about that and what this means to y'all moving forward.
Yeah, it's a good team win, 4-0. It's always fun to win and keep a clean sheet and put in a lot of goals. And yeah, I was just trying to do everything I could to help the team win, and that was laying off to my teammates so they could have an easier shot. And yeah, going in the playoffs, we're back on track with a 4-0 win today, and we're just looking forward for Tuesday or Saturday whenever we play Gulf Coast or Jones. So yeah, it's a good win.
Coach, a little bit out of the norm for you today, coaching the men's team. Just tell me about what you saw and what positives, negatives going forward with this team.
Yeah, so first off, it's a division win for these guys, and extremely happy that I could step in on behalf of Coach Sullivan. We definitely wish his family all the prayers and support as they're going through just some tough times with some medical issues, but to step in and let these guys just lead themselves. I was real impressed with that. I told them before the game, I'll just be the tactician. I'm not going to necessarily overdo things. I'm just here to maybe show you some things as I see the game goes on. And I told them that players win games, and they did that. And the way that they played in the first half and kind of got the momentum going in their favor. In the second half, they really opened it up a little bit more with the way they were pressing and the way they were getting some good attacking moments out of that. I was really proud of them, and I was very happy to be on this sideline today. So I think that puts them in second place right now in the North. They have to have one more game in place for the first place opponent to see where seeding's gonna factor in, but they did what they needed to today. 4-0 on a clean sheet, and I think everybody got to play as well. So we're excited for the whole entire team.
This broadcast of ICC Athletics is being brought to you by Renaissance Bank, Little Caesars, Davis Ford, the Sonic of Fulton, Tupelo Coca-Cola Bottling Works, the Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi, First American National Bank, the ICC BSU, your Itawamba County Farm Bureau agent, Joey Cox, Cagle Eye Center, the ICC Foundation, the Bank of Okolona, and the ICC Alumni Association.
Get a Little Caesars large, extra most bestest stuffed crust pizza, topped with pepperoni and cheese, and stuffed with over 3 feet of cheese in the crust. That's right, we stuffed cheese into the crust of the pizza with extra cheese and the most pepperoni, all at the nation's best price of just $9. Try our convenient app and Pizza Portal pickup.
Pizza, pizza.
First American National Bank is a local bank. Our 10 locations are right here in Northeast Mississippi. Banking decisions are made locally by people who live here, and it's been that way for more than 50 years. Our involvement in the community is important to us. That's where our roots are. Technology, it changes daily, but our community is what keeps us together. If you like high-tech banking, we've got that too. Follow the flag to First American National Bank, from Iuka to Tupelo.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, as we get set to start the second half of play. ICC with a 21-3 advantage over Southwest, this non-division matchup between the Indians and the Bears. ICC getting set for this First American National Bank kickoff. Remind you to visit FAMB.net. That's FAMB.net to learn more about First American National Bank. This is Grisham's kickoff. Is going to be hit and actually bounces off the leg of a return man as we picked up about the 8-yard line. Nowhere to go, and the Indians get down the field and knock it down nicely. Raphael, good positive way for the Indians to start the contest here after just a short hop on the kickoff. It didn't bounce up, kind of kept a low roll and looked kind of like your 3-iron when you hit it out in the fairway there. It keeps rolling, and the Indians able to pin Southwest deep here to start the second half.
Good job by the Indians. Like you say, that's something that you want to do coming out of the half, just to pin them back and let them make their way, try to force their way down the field. And so good job by the kickoff team.
So it'll be first down and 10 here for the Bears. And we're going to have flags thrown. Hey, it's been about 20 minutes. Oh, that's because it was halftime since we had a flag thrown. And this one stops the action here, so you think this might be a procedure penalty here against the Bears. We'll see what they call it, and yes, it will be. Let's see if we can find some First American National Bank scoreboard updates here in a moment, as it's going to be a 1st and 15 situation now. Homecoming, and in the third quarter, Hines leading East Central 13-12. A big ball game there between Hines and East Central. The pitch out here, ICC's trying to stretch it out. Great block by the Bears to get to the outside. Let's give credit where credit's due. That was number 73, Dietrich Smith, sealing the corner for the Bears, and a big pickup there. Got a lot of those penalty yardage back, and then add 2 more to it. Should be about a 2nd down and 8, maybe a 2nd down and 9 situation here for the Bears. Other scores throughout the league. It's Northwest leading Northeast 13-3. That's in the third quarter. East Mississippi up big 31-8 in the second quarter over Coahoma. And then Gulf Coast leading Pearl River 6-0. That's in the second quarter as well. Of course, other games going on Saturday. So let's call it a 2nd down and 9 situation here for the Bears. They're going to give it to the fullback. No, they're actually going to pitch it out wide. The Indians are there to make the stop. Well, a good play that time, as even I bid on the fake, but the Indians' defense did not. They strung that one out nicely and actually knocked them back for a loss on the play. So it's going to be a 3rd down and about 11 situation here for the Bears. ICC would love to come up with a stop here, get a quick 3 and out to start the second half. And Raphael, if they can get a stop here, could possibly get some pretty good field position on their opening drive of the second half. ICC leading at 21-3.
And that's what you want to do here coming into the second half, try to get the Bears out, 3 and out, and get the ball back so you can try to score.
So it will be a 3rd down and 11 situation. Pressure coming up the middle, picked up nicely that time by the Bears. Now he's going to have to go to the short route. He's going to have to spread up the line, and big time hit there, and he's going to stop him short of the 1st down. And a great job that time, as that was number 16, Jaquan Williams. 2nd time tonight we've called him for a really big hit, and that time a tattooing blow that stopped him from picking up the 1st down. A few of the Indians came in to help Williams finish off the play, but a great play there defensively by Williams coming in, wrapping it up. It's going to be a 4th down and 4 situation, so it should be a punting situation. This punt being brought to you by Little Caesars in Fulton. Don't forget to stop by and get a hot and ready pizza there, $5 in and out on South Adams Street in Fulton. Snapback's a good one. Not a lot of pressure. High spiraling kick. Wow, what a booming kick. Wren catches it and falls to the turf. And so what we thought would be really good field position, thanks to a great punt that time by Southwest, the Indians not going to be as good a business as we thought, as the ball is going to be down at about the 38-yard line. We're to be 1st down and 10 here for the Indians. Still pretty fair field position, but not what I thought we was going to come away with there, Raffy.
You're right. Wren kind of was upset with himself. I was kind of looking like, why was he back trailing and backpedaling there. He could have kind of just backed up and made a good catch. He almost caused himself a fumble, but he was kind of upset with himself. And the Indians have kind of backed up a little bit, but now got to get in a rhythm and try to get down the field and score.
So 1st down and 10 is the situation here for the Indians. 3 receivers on the far side of the field, Waddington in the backfield. Play action fake, and they're going to pass it out, and that was intended for number 6, Quay Tucker. It falls incomplete. 2nd down and 10 will be the situation here. Real quick, I got to give a shout-out. Cade and Emmy watching back home here on Let'sGoICCTV.com. Cade, Emmy, it's getting close to your bedtime, so maybe your mom and dad will let you stick it out and watch this one tonight. If they don't, Cade, go get every ounce of candy you want to keep yourself awake tonight. 12:37 to go here in the 3rd quarter. Yeah, they're not going to be happy with me. Indians go 5 wide now, 2nd and 10. Mills looking to pass. Has a man on the slant route. Oh, it was there, but threw it behind him that time. Maybe a little bit of miscue on where the route was intended, as it was intended for Quay Tucker. And so now to be a 3rd down and 10 situation, boy, I tell you what, if he hits that seam route that time instead of looking for the route down the sideline, Tucker's still running, and the only person that's going to stop him is going to be the person sitting in the rafter over there shooting the video for Southwest. So 12:34, clock is stopped after that incomplete pass. It's a 3rd down and 10 now here for the Indians. Again, they got 3 receivers on the far side of the field, 1 at the bottom. Mills, plenty of time to throw. Now the pocket breaks down. He's hit as he lets go. Is it going to be picked off? Yes, it is. This is just going to be a foot race to the end zone here. Waddington gets down there, and it's going to be a return for the touchdown. Well, Mills is hit as he lets it go, and it was caught at the shoestrings by DeMarcus Mitchell, and a positive start to the 2nd half there. After getting forced 3 and out, they get the pick 6 and the touchdown.
Kind of put some pressure on Mills and made him throw the ball away there. You know, like I said, been getting some pressure on him, and he just happened to throw the ball, you know, to the receiver that wasn't out on the Indians.
Yeah, that time Mills maybe held on a little bit too long, trying to let that play develop. Great job by Southwest to come back and apply pressure on the backside, hit Mills, and the Bears have to burn a timeout here. Don't have everybody on the field for this extra point attempt, so we'll keep it here. But Raphael, let's give credit where credit's due. Great job that time by the Bears. Caught it right at his shoestrings, able to scoop that one up and return it for the touchdown was Mitchell. A big-time play there and gets the Bears right back in it.
You're right. Like I said, it wasn't what the Indians drew up. Clark Mills was under pressure, made a bad throw, and Mitchell was able to catch it on his shoestrings there and scoop it, and not really scoop it, but get an interception and return it for 6 points here for the Bears. I'm going to call them the Bearcats.
Michael Upton sending a picture of his little boy, and that might be best photo of the day there, Michael. And remember, hit us up on Twitter at Let's Go ICC if you're watching or listening here, as the kick is up and the kick is good. 21-10, ICC with the lead. We'll take a break and hear a few words from our sponsors and be back with more right after this on the ICC Sports Network.
This broadcast of ICC Athletics is being brought to you by Renaissance Bank, Little Caesars, Davis Ford, the Sonic of Fulton, Tupelo Coca-Cola Bottling Works, the Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi, First American National Bank, the ICC BSU, your Itawamba County Farm Bureau agent, Joey Cox, Cagle Eye Center, the ICC Foundation, the Bank of Okolona, and the ICC Alumni Association.
And welcome back as we're getting set for this First American National Bank kickoff. A pick 6 by the Bears has made it a 21-10 contest. So ICC needing to try to get back in this thing as the Bears able to run this one forward. And again, a lot of confusion on the field right now. They had to burn the timeout.
Players out there.
And now they don't have enough guys on the field for this kickoff. And now they've got 15 seconds on the play clock to get this kickoff here, and that's just not paying attention to what's going on, I guess you can say. Also want to give a shout-out to Adam Bridges, the ICC super fan, a supporter of Itawamba AHS as well. Adam, a good buddy of the program here. This is going to be a pop-up kick, and he's going to be hit, and is the ball still caught? And
Southwest
is going to get it. So Southwest rolls the dice with the onside kick, perfectly executed as Cameron Moore Probably should have called a fair catch that time. Then it would have been a interference on the catch, but you don't know to do that quick. He got tattooed. The ball came free. And they're going to say Southwest ball now at the 49. My, oh my, how the tides have shifted here. The Bears get it right back after getting that pick six. The Indians defense got to get back on the field now. The referees want to talk amongst themselves on this one. Now they're going to mark it on the other side of the 49. And still waiting for the referees. Now they break huddle and say it'll be first down and 10 here for the Bears. So the Bears get the onside kick. They trail it 21-10. See if they can get back into this one. Now looking to pass. Pressure coming from the Indians, and he's going to get him. And that should be intentional grounding as well.
Yes, sir. No flags, though.
Well, he threw it to the turf. It didn't get past the line of scrimmage. There was not a receiver in the area.
A 10-yard loss.
And they're going to say he was down before he threw the football. So it will be go down as a sonic sack on the play. And so nice job that time. I believe that was number 22, Cager, coming in and making the play for the Indians. So now it's going to be second down. Let's call it second down and about 19, maybe 20 to go here for the Bears. Good job by the Indians defense coming in and making the play. See if they can force them to continue to go backwards here. Bears with the snap. Pressure up the middle. Womack getting after the quarterback. Now he's just going to lob this one out of bounds. And good job by the big man, Jason Womack, a freshman, redshirt freshman defensive lineman, 6'2", 297 out of Louisville Central High School, coming in and disrupting that play there. And I tell you what, the Indians defense pinning their ears back and getting after the quarterback on this one.
You're right. Like I said, got Southwest in a kind of an uncomfortable state with them trying to pass the ball. You know, like I said, they've been known to run it. They're trying to drop back and pass, and with the freshmen getting through the line and causing disruption, that's a good thing for the Indians.
So now to be a third down and long situation. Third down and 19 for the Bears. Looking to pass, they do quickly downfield. The Indians swarming to the sideline and eat that one up. No, slips off a tackle. So should have been after a gain of about 3, turns into a gain of about 7, maybe 8 on the play. And so now it's going to bring a fourth down and 12 situation here. So a good job there by the Indians defense, not giving up quickly on the play there. Shout out to Laura Orr, who is watching. She's got one kid playing at Gulf Coast, one playing here at ICC. We'll try to give you an update, Laura, here on a moment on Cameron, who was shaken up on the play earlier on. There's going to be another Little Caesars punt coming up here for the Bears. Snap back's a good one. ICC bringing minimal pressure. And a high kick. My goodness, just get out of the way of this one. It's going to hit and roll. And that punt, why do you dive in and make the stop? It was taking a roll for the Bears that time. But that punt right there, you're not going to see very many more beautiful punts than you just saw off the foot of number 35, Jack Runnels, a sophomore out of Presbyterian Christian here for Southwest. Well, Laura, I told you I was going to give you an update on Cameron. He was getting loose at halftime. He is in the huddle now here, and he will head to the field. So good to see there for Cameron Orr. He's a guy that reverse transferred back into ICC. He's a redshirt sophomore. He's got some D1 offers out there. He's a big kid. Stands at 6'6", 300 pounds. He is a product of Itawamba AHS. He's back out there on the field here for the Indians. So it'll be first down and 10 here for ICC. They lead at 21-10 after a pick 6 by the Bears. This is going to be Wallaton trying to bounce it to the outside, and the Bears wrap that one up in a hurry. Minimum gain, if any, on the play. And so with 10:23 to go here in the third quarter, 21-10. ICC with the lead here over the Bears of Southwest. Remind you to join us tomorrow here on the Red Channel as we'll have soccer coming your way. It'll be sophomore day for the women's soccer team and not for the men's. They'll have that one Tuesday in their playoff game. Of course, Coach Mike Sullivan, he's had family issue with some of the illness, and wish them well and speedy recovery across the board. As handoff here to Wallaton once again. Now knifes it up the middle, lowers his head, fighting forward, gets out to about the 15-yard line, and we got a little extra pushing and shoving going on after the play. But a good job by both those guys to kind of just break it up after it was all said and done. Solid pickup there for Wallaton. And we'll see where they mark it here. Of course, It's going to bring up a third down and a long 4 now for ICC. The Indians quickly getting back to the line of scrimmage. I'm going to call it a 3rd down and 5 officially. So 9:22 to go. ICC leading 21-10. 5 wide is the situation here for the Indians. Mills dropping back to pass. Looking to throw, plenty of time. Now loads up, goes over the middle of the field. And in and out of the hands of Woods that time. Deflected at the last second by number 20, Williams. And that would have been a big-time gain there. If Williams doesn't get that hand up at the last second, he makes a diving effort. If Woods hangs on to it, he's walking to the end zone, Raffy.
You're right. And I was looking at Mills. He was holding the ball. I think he could have ran for the first down. But he tried to hit his receiver, and Woods dropped it.
So this will be another Little Caesars punt coming up here for the Indians. So all the momentum ICC built in the first half has quickly faded away here in the second half. As a high snap, had to climb the ladder to get that one, was able to get the kickoff. As Benjamin's going to hit it, and it's going to take a roll, and now it's going to back to the 40-yard line. And so the Bears defensively, great job coming up to make the play and get the stop and get great field position. A chance to continue to cut into this ICC lead here. 8:59 to go in the third quarter, 21-10. ICC leads it, and Raphael, somebody just needs to go hit the alarm clock and wake up the Indians here.
Most definitely. Like I said, the Indians kind of come out a little sluggish here in the second half. Got to step up and try to stop Southwest offense here and get the offense back, our offense back on the field and get some points on the board.
1st and 10 here for the Bears now in that option set. Quarterback dropping back to pass. Keyshawn Parker misses. Now the quarterback's going to step up and throw it. It's going to be intercepted. Great job by the Indians coming up with the interception there.
Number 16 is second one on the night.
That's going to be Jaquan Williams. Just sliding in there to get the interception. Parker puts on the pressure, forces the quarterback out of the pocket, threw on the run, and a big-time interception there. As a Sweet Caroline playing, I want to have to agree and say so good, so good, so good on the interception there. He's got both of them on the night, Raphael.
That's awesome. Good job by number 16. Both interceptions on the night, and got the Indians back on the field like we said earlier.
So now it will be a 1st and 10 situation here. Handoff is going to be to the lone man in the backfield. That's going to be Wilson. Slips off a tackle. Now he's going to follow the block of Waddington up the field. He's going to have the pickup of the first down. A nice run there by R.J. Wilson.
Good job by Wilson following his block around the corner, picking up positive yards for the Indians.
We've had a couple of text messages and tweet direct messages asking about the Sullivans. It's Shannon and Sully's wife. Both had some medical issues. Tammy doing better. She's back home. Shannon still recovering right now. So if you want to lift them up in prayer, that's Tammy and Shannon, Sully's daughter and wife there, as there's a late flag coming in. They're going to call false start on the Indians again.
I think it's on the center because everybody else was still standing up. So.
Yeah. I think once the center addresses the ball, he's not allowed to move in that sense, and he kind of looked around and rocked back a little bit. So now it's going to be a 2nd down instead of a short situation. It's going to be a 2nd down and 7 now here for the Indians. 2nd down, 7 to go. There's 8:10 and counting here on the clock. Mills, you can hear Mills calling out the cadence from the press box up here. I don't know if you can hear it over the play-by-play, but that's how quiet this stadium is right now. And Lee, are you want back on the broadcast? We'll bring in Lee Adams back into the broadcast with us, who spent some time on the sideline down there. And Lee, you can kind of allude to this a little bit more here. It's just a strange atmosphere. I saw you down there enjoying the Taylor Swift we heard about 5 or 6 times in the first half. But just tell us about the atmosphere down on the field right now. And you can hear the players talking back and forth from the broadcast booth.
I'm surprised you didn't hear me singing along to T. Sweezy there. But
there you go. And it's going to be a design draw here for Mills, and it's going to be close for the first down. We'll see where they're going to mark the football and may have to measure this one here.
Kind of a right foot, left foot placement here.
Going back to what you said there, Adam, about it being quiet down there, it is very, very quiet down there. Different atmosphere than what our guys are accustomed to at home, of course. You could hear coaches from both sides calling out plays while they're being ran and beforehand, of course. So a little different to stay hyped when you can hear the tree frogs.
Really surprised they're not going to measure this one right now. Looks like they are going to elect to as they're looking to the sidelines. It's going to be close.
I think they were, and then the punt team was kind of rushing them, so they might need to wait a few minutes.
And it is going to be short once they stretch this out, but not by much, maybe by 2 or 3 inches. Actually, a lot more than I thought it was as they moved the football back from where it was marked originally, and they stretch it so about a half a football for the first down. Looks like ICC will keep the punting unit on the field here on to attempt a Little Caesars punt here. Guys, if you ever needed an offsides called in the contest, this would be an opportune time here for the Indians.
And you might be able to get it because Southwest has been jumping at the ball and trying to get, ICC to move.
Snapback's a good one. Benjamin steps into this one. A nice kick, angled towards the left side. Is going to hit. Take an ICC roll down to the 15, inside the 15, down to about the 13-yard line is where the Bears will have it 1st and 10. 21-10, ICC with the lead. We welcoming Lee Adams back to the ICC Alumni Affairs and Foundation broadcast booth. You've also been hearing Raphael Henry tonight. Remember, you can find out how you can contribute to Itawamba Community College by visiting iccms.edu/foundation, iccms.edu/foundation. So it'll be a 1st down and 10 is the situation here for the Bears. The ball is going to be marked at they say now the 12-yard line. It looks like the 13 from my point of view. Bears with it. Quarterback's going to run the option. ICC's there, and they eat it up nicely.
Number 8 for the Indians in the backfield, blowing it up.
That was Nick Smith coming in on the tackle there as well. Good job by the Indians. They have done well tonight against this triple option, and we talked about it. Coach Sean Cannon ran that as a player at Delta State, also as a GA at Delta State. So he's very, very familiar with that, and he's been able to coach these teams up against a very good Holmes team who runs that triple option. Has done pretty good tonight as well against the Southwest team here that runs the triple option as well.
And if anybody heard when I interviewed him on the pregame show, he did talk about practice was a little smoother this week since they did run it 2 weeks ago.
And there's a quick out and a big tattooing hit there at the end. I believe that was Smith. Yes, Nick Smith coming in and laying the wood on that one. And a big-time hit there. They do get about 3, maybe 4. Now they keep marking the ball up. Let's call it a gain of about 5 on the play to bring up a 3rd down and 13 situation here for the Bears. So the ICC's defense getting it done there. And now a chance to see if they can come up with a stop and force them to punt out of their end zone here. But the punter tonight for the Bears has been outstanding. He's been able to get away some booming kicks tonight. He's been able to flip some field position. So 10 seconds on the play clock. Southwest in that traditional set when they run the option. Quarterback's dropping back to pass. Throw over the middle. It's going to be caught. No! In and out of the hands. And they're going to say an incomplete pass as big-time hit there as that was going to be number 26, Peyton Ray, coming up and breaking up that pass. Guys, I thought he ran a step or two with the football.
I thought he did, too. I thought it was a fumble because the referees didn't blow the whistle until the guy.
Immediately, yeah.
And what was it I always say when you see him reviewed, did he make an athletic move? He sure looked like he did from our vantage point.
Our good buddy Wayne checking in here, watching as well on Let'sGoICCTV.com, the Red Channel. So awaiting this snap once again on another Little Caesars punt from the Bears. ICC's not brought a lot of pressure tonight on these kicks. This time they get close and another nice booming kick. The Indians got to get away from it. It's going to hit and actually looks like Lee Adams sandwich hits and backs up 3 yards to the 40-yard line. And so the Indians will have really good field position here with the 1st down and 10. This 1st down being brought to you by your Itawamba County Farm Bureau agent, Joey Cox. For all your insurance needs, whether it be home, auto, or life, stop by and see the ICC, the former ICC All-American, Joey Cox, right there on South Adams Street.
You're talking about blocking that punt. The guy that's on this outside, he's had it like a wide open chance to block the punt every chance that Southwest has punted the ball. He just hadn't really just ran full speed. If he, took a chance and went through and tried to dive at the ball, he probably could block the punt.
So now to be 1st down here for the Indians. ICC with 2 receivers on the far side of the field. They do have a tight end in the set. 1 receiver here in the bottom of your screen, and it's also going to be Hiram Waddington in the backfield with Mills. The give is going to be to Waddington, knifing its way up the middle. Solid pickup there. Good job by the offensive line getting a surge and bullying its way forward for a gain of about 3, maybe 4 on 1st down. Let's take a look at some scoreboard updates being brought to you by our friends at First American National Bank. East Central has rallied back to take a 20-13 lead over Hines. That's in the 3rd quarter. Northwest, no problem right now with Northeast, 27-3. That's also in the 3rd quarter. You've got East Mississippi up at halftime over Kahoma, 34-8. And kind of a shocker here, guys. Gulf Coast only up 6-0 over Pearl River. That's also at halftime. Mills with the football. Loads up, got a man, and just like it might have got tipped maybe, as Mills just threw that one behind him and nearly picked off.
I think that's something that Southwest has picked up on, and coming out of the half, a lot of guys, if they can't get to him, they're jumping and trying to tip the ball. So that's like the second pass has been tipped here in the second half on when Clark is trying to throw the ball.
Well, judging by Clark's reaction, guys, looks like it might have maybe also been a misread on the route, as he was looking for him maybe to turn back around to the football. So a tough break there for the Indians, because that one had 6 points written all over it. So now Mills going to dump it out to Waddington, setting up the screen pass. He's got a convoy in front of him. Breaks across the 25, dragging a guy to the 20. And what a play there from Hiram Waddington.
Nice job by Hiram, following behind his blocking, and was able to pick up positive yards for the Indians.
Yeah, that was Cameron Orr. You also had Jacob Cunningham way downfield. The big guys trucking down the field, able to come down there and make the nice play and the block to move the chains and pick up another first down, as the ball will be at the 21-yard line. We're to be first down and 10 here for the Indians. They lead it. Is that what I just said, 21-10? Mm-hmm. Yeah, 21-10. I don't know what I was saying. And so ICC will have it now with a 1st and 10. It was a pick 6 by the Bears that got them back into the contest. The Indians would love to be able to put 7 on the board, as this is going to be a handoff to Waddington. Waddington cuts it to the left side. Now bounces to the outside. It's going to be a foot race here. That was just a pretty move by Hiram Waddington for the touchdown run.
Good job by Hiram. He looked inside and saw it wasn't there, and then bounced it to the outside. Was able to pick up 6 points for the Indians.
Yeah, big run there by the sophomore out of Oxford High School. And I tell you what, guys, whoever gets him next year on the next level, they're getting a steal. That kid is, of course, he coming off a knee injury as a senior in high school, kind of slipped through the cracks for some of them, and ICC fans are happy of that. The extra point is on its way and good for the Indians. They now lead it 28-10 with 3:53 to go here in the third quarter. We're going to take a break. Let's hear from Renaissance Bank and be back with more right after this on the ICC Sports Network.
You could say it's about the clubs. You could say it's about the ball. You could even say it's about the course or the weather. But what it really comes down to is consistency and hard work. Over and over and over again. At Renaissance, we understand consistency. We understand hard work. Most importantly, we understand you. Renaissance Bank. Understanding you.
And welcome back out of the timeout. There's 3:53 to go here in the third quarter of play. ICC with a 28-10 lead here over Southwest. We're on the road with ICC football. One of the longest trips. I think it is the longest trip for the Indians, as about 4.5, maybe. Yeah, it's going to be right there with Gulf Coast. As we're waiting this First American National Bank kickoff, a high kick. And it's going to be taken at the 10-yard line by the Bears, trying to return it to the right side of the field. And he's going to be hit hard and dropped at about the 25, make it to 26-yard line. We're going to be first down and 10 to go here for the Bears. We do want to remind you that tomorrow we'll be right back here on the Red Channel at 1 o'clock as ICC wraps up the regular season in soccer against Meridian. It'll be sophomore day for the girls. The men's soccer sophomore day will be on Tuesday. That'll be the playoff game. Well, we think it'll be Tuesday. All depends on how some of the other teams finish up in their division play tomorrow.
Yeah, I was just talking to Coach Ball a minute ago, and if Holmes beats Hines tomorrow, then we would host in men's.
And that would be hosting the state tournament.
That's correct. Conference tournament.
Yes, conference tournament. That's right. It's a quick pass out is complete. A nice quick route that pops it up and runs it out there. Gain of about 6 on the play. Brings up a 2nd down and 4 situation. Again, we say it is just a weird atmosphere. I'm trying to, I've got the mic maxed out on that sound. You can finally hear the band playing maybe a little bit. Man in motion. That's where the pitch is going to be, to the outside, but there's the Indians making the play. Is going to be Oliver coming up for the stop in the backfield.
He read that right off of the snap, and he just blew that play up and grabbed him up, wrapped him up tight, and threw him to the ground. Good play there by Savante.
He's committed to Memphis for next season. Of course, Savante, he's been committed early. I think he committed either the summer or maybe just before the season started to Memphis. So the Tigers liking what they see there. So it's going to bring a 3rd down and 6 situation after a tackle for a loss. The Bears are going to send a man in motion, then they're going to stop the play and reset here. 3rd down and 6. Quarterback's going to option it out this time. Good job on the fake to the fullback. But there's the Indians. Oh, made the stop, but then that slipped off the tackle. Was able to squirt forward and pick up the 1st down. Good job by the Indians pursuing that time. Just couldn't quite wrap up, as that's going to be number 11, Chris Summerall, to go out and get that 1st down. It's been a while since they've been able to get the 1st down as the achy-breaky plays.
That's right. Southwest did a good job on that pitch, getting on the outside and picking up positive yards.
So 1st down and 10 here for the Bears. I wanted you guys to hear that sound effect. Maybe.
Yeah, he jumped on that one.
Movement all over the place that time as the guard that was expecting to pull on the play got a little bit of earliest start. So to back him up another 5 yards. So it'll be a 1st down and 15 situation here for the Bears. Hasn't been a well-played game by either team, especially when it comes to the penalty department tonight, as both teams have made those mental miscues throughout the contest. Some of them at untimely situations, 2 of them taking points off the boards for the Indians on one of them was a great catch, the other one was a touchdown catch. Well, this one could really be out of control. Handoff is going to be the first man through, minimum to no gain. Let's give him a gain of 1 on the play. So it's bringing up a 3rd down, and let's call it, 2nd down. So he changed the marker to 3rd, but quickly changed it back to 2nd. So a 2nd down and 14 situation now here for the Bears. 1:15 to go in the 3rd quarter. ICC leading it 28-10. Again, the Bears kind of old school flair. They go to the huddle that you rarely see in the game of football anymore. Dropping back to pass, going to lob this one out to the flats. And Oliver was there to break that one up. That beautiful timing route that time by Oliver. Came up and laid a lick on the intended receiver. The ball falls harmlessly to the turf. And that'll be a 3rd down and 14.
Oliver saw the ball floating in the air and wanted to make sure he didn't get to the receiver before the ball got there. And he made a good hit, and the receiver wasn't able to catch the ball.
So possession down here for the Bears. Clock is stopped with 56 seconds to play here in the 3rd quarter. ICC leading it 28-10. Bears dropping back to pass. Going to lob this one up to the sideline. He's going to be hit, and he's going to be stopped, and that's going to bring up a 4th down and long situation there. Nice play defensively by the Indians. Ralph Dunn coming up and making the hit.
Yeah, there you go. Sorry, I was.
No, you're good. You're good. So now they are going to send out the punting unit here. They will have to get the kick away before we start the 4th quarter. The Indians making some late substitutions here. Looks like Wren is back to receive this Little Caesars punt. Snaps a little high, able to get to it. Pressure coming and booms this one away. Wren is going to drop it. And now he's going to pick it up, and he's going to break off 1 tackle. Can we get some stiff arm? No, he's going to get across the 20-yard line. You guys, you see that a lot of times. Once the ball's kind of fumbled, the punting team kind of over pursues. That was the case there. And I'll tell you what, if he was a stiff arm away from breaking that one down the sidelines for one of the biggest plays of the year on a punt return. So it'll be 1st down and 10 here for the Bears, for the Indians. This 1st down being brought to you by your Itawamba County Farm Bureau agent, Joey Cox. As there's 3 seconds to go here in the 3rd quarter. Mills with 2 running backs on each side of him. It's going to be Wilson and Quarles in the backfield. It's going to be Wilson with the carry. He had that big 92-yard run this last week, and now he's going to carry that one for a gain of about 2 on the play there. That's going to do it for the 3rd quarter play. ICC leads it 28-10. We're going to take a break, and let's hear a few words from our sponsors and be back with more right after this here on the ICC Sports Network.
This broadcast of ICC Athletics is being brought to you by Renaissance Bank, Little Caesars, Davis Ford, the Sonic of Fulton, Tupelo Coca-Cola Bottling Works, the Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi, First American National Bank, the ICC BSU, your Itawamba County Farm Bureau agent, Joey Cox, Cagle Eye Center, the ICC Foundation, the Bank of Okolona, and the ICC Alumni Association.
Everyone has a unique story to tell. Maybe your story has you performing your new song in front of a crowd, getting to play your favorite sport, or enjoying a horseback ride in the country. At Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi, our group of skilled surgeons understand your need to continue your story. That is why we are the preferred choice for orthopedic care. Thank you for choosing us. Our story is you. Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi.
And welcome back as we get set to start the fourth quarter of play. 28-10. ICC with the lead. They'll have the football to start the fourth quarter of play. It was a pick six by the Bears and then a nice touchdown run by Hiram Wallaton, the scoring here in the third quarter. As Mills will come out. Same set as we had before. Handoff again. This time it's going to be Quarles who's going to try to bounce it to the outside, but the Bears are there to stack it up for a loss. Good pursuit that time as the defensive line got a pretty good surge, and when Quarles tried to bounce that one to the outside, he kind of got bounced up and caught up in traffic and was tackled for the loss. So third down, let's call it third down and 8 here for the Indians. Wilson will check out of the contest. Checking in is going to be Quay Davis here for ICC. So they're going to go with 4 receivers. Give a shout out to my good buddy Greg McKissick listening in on 101.9 FM. Mills going to set up the bubble screen to Tucker. Tucker cuts up the middle, has the first down and then some. Lowers his head and runs over a man. My goodness. Now it's going to be a foot race and he's just tripped up.
Quay Davis. On their side.
What did I say?
Tucker. It's easy. Both Quays.
Yeah. Quay Davis flashing back, looking like Quay Tucker back in the day. Makes the quick reception, but more impressively, guys, this hit he lays on the defender of Southwest at the 40-yard line. Big time play there for Davis. Indians quickly back to the football now. They lead at 28-10. Mills, your quarterback, 2 receivers on both sides of the football. Mills looking to pass. Plenty of time to throw. Steps up, throws it downfield. Jump ball intercepted. And it's going to be a touchback. And the Bears get a stop. Big stop there for the Bears.
Overshot his receiver. And Southwest was able to pick up the ball in the end zone for that interception right there.
Yeah, that was Carl Myers on the interception for Southwest there.
So Myers reels that one in. He was in the end zone, and the referee called it dead. He thought about running it out. He was looking at the ICC guy. The ICC guy was like, just step out of bounds or something, dude. You ain't going nowhere. So the ball will be brought out to the 20-yard line. Another turnover here by the Indians as ICC looking to go deep on the play that time. And the turnover gives it back to the Bears. They're going to run the option. ICC's there in the backfield. Nick Smith, have yourself a ball game, young man, as he comes up with the stop in the backfield. A big-time loss there on first down.
He shot through there like he was shot out of a cannon. Was able to read that pitch and make a big stop for a loss.
Yeah, knocks it all the way back to the 10-yard line. A loss of 10 on the play. Should be a second down and 20 situation now here for the Bears. There's 13 minutes to play here in the fourth quarter. ICC leading it 28-10. That's the voice of Raphael Henry and Lee Adams joining me tonight here in the ICC Alumni Affairs and Foundation broadcast booth. Quarterback's going to pitch it again. Pitch a little bit behind the man that time, and the Indians are there once again.
Late pitch right there by the quarterback. Kind of was reading the defensive end, and then finally pitched it out, and the Indians was there on that pitch play to make that stop.
And guess who was there again for the Indians? Nick Smith coming up with the stop. No gain on the play. Third down and 20. I want to say a shout out to Will Bunch checking us out here on the Red Channel. So third down and 20. Dropping back to pass. Plenty of time to throw. Loads up, chunks it downfield, and nearly hits the referee at the 50-yard line as that one's thrown over about 20 yards that time. Don't know if the receiver might have slipped down out of the route, but a misread there. And the Indians defense comes up with a big stop after the turnover.
Indians applied a little pressure there, got the quarterback to get the ball out of his hand pretty quick, and there was nobody in the area when he threw the pass down the field.
So it'll be a 4th down and long situation now here for the Bears. Another Little Caesars punt coming up here with 12:08 to play.
May look for the Indians to try to go back there and block. They've been getting in, a little penetration, maybe put a little pressure on the punter here.
So he'll be punting, probably come off his foot right at the goal line, and it will. This one a booming high kick. And it's going to bounce straight up in the air, and it's going to be down. You got to let that hit the ground if you're the Bears, see which way it's going to bounce. So a break there for the Indians as the ball will be taken over at the 47. I want to give a shout out to Dr. Bronson Prohaska, who is also checking out the contest tonight, loving to see the Indians with this 28-10 lead. ICC, they marched the ball down the field pretty well in their previous possession, but ended up throwing an interception. But the defense answers back, forces a 3 and out. Now here comes the Indians offense back on the field. Mills is your quarterback. Wilson will be the running back. 2 receivers here on the near side. You also have a tight end. That's Tyler Day that's in the contest. And on the far side of the field is Damian Ely. So Mills to the line, surveys the defense. And the give is going to be to Wilson. Wilson wrapped up at the line of scrimmage. A flag down. I was going to say looked like a face mask in that situation. We'll see what the referees call here as he is stopped at the line of scrimmage. Actually, maybe give him a gain of 1 where the line judge is. They're actually going to mark it as a no gain on the play, but the official's going to talk this one over. Personal foul penalty will be a face mask. So this one will march the ball to the field 15 yards, and another fresh set of downs here for the Indians. 11:56 to go here in the 4th quarter. ICC with a 28-10 lead here over Southwest. We talked about the Alumni Affairs and Foundation broadcast booth. We do want to encourage you, if you would like to contribute to Itawamba Community College, whether it be to the general fund, the scholarship fund, or maybe even join the Indian Club. Visit iccms.edu/foundation. That's iccms.edu/foundation. Mills wanting to pass. Quick out passes to Flowers, and it's hauled in and completed. Gets the ball across the 30-yard line down to about the 28. Solid pickup there on 1st down.
Good job by the Indians. Again, trying to get those short passes, get Clark in rhythm. Like I said, through the pass earlier, there was a deep ball, trying to take the lid off the defense a little bit. But when Clark throws those short passes, it allowed him to get in the rhythm and move the ball down the field.
Remind you to stay tuned at the conclusion of the game. We'll have the Renaissance Bank post-game report. It will be an abbreviated version of that tonight as we have a long drive home. Quick pass out is going to be to Hiram Watson, who's trying to get up the field. That should be holding called on the Indians. And I don't see a flag down. Wow, what a big-time break there for ICC.
There's one down right there by Coach Cook. Yeah.
Yep. I didn't see it on the field. That's why Coach Cook was blocking the view. And, guys, that was probably one of the easiest calls for the referees all night. Coach Andy Kirk checking in as well. Lee, Andy said you were the only one that could have stopped Barry Flowers on that earlier touchdown pass.
Yeah, I replied to him. I told him and said that was just the way that Coach Cook drew it up. It's the run to Lee Adams route. I mean, he drew it up perfectly. It worked great. You can see. Go back and watch the replay on the highlights.
Draw it up in the dirt. That's what Cook did there. So the Indians now being backed up here. It's going to be a 2nd down. Let's call it a 2nd down and 18 situation here for ICC. The ball is going to be 17. The Indians get a free yard there as they move the ball up to the 38-yard line. Mills going to hand it off to Wallington. Wallington trying to bounce it back up the middle, weaving his way through traffic. Now slips off a tackle. Oh! If he's able to keep his hands up, and that's got to be a flag coming in there, and referees throw 2 flags in. A little excessive after the play, as that was number 19, Cameron Lee, coming in and shoving an ICC player. And
Jamarcus Quarles was the one getting pushed over the pile there.
So we'll see what the referees call here. And Quarles did a good job. I got to give Quarles credit. He just simply stepped away from the play. What? How did they call that on Quarles?
I'm not sure. And the only thing I saw that, it wouldn't have constituted my opinion, but he was holding on to the guy when he got pushed over. But if somebody pushes me down, I'm
he was trying not to fall because he was getting wrapped up from JUCO, baby. JUCO. 10:26 to go here. ICC with a 28-10 lead. If anything, at least it was offsetting, even though Quarles didn't do anything. Indians a little bit of confusion on who to get on and off the field here. It's 15 seconds on the play clock. Going to have to hurry. A lot of confusion on the field right now. 8 seconds on the play clock. Receivers not really knowing what's going on here, looking back to the sideline.
3 seconds on the play clock.
Mills gets the snap. Now he's just going to tuck it and run. Mills going to lower his head and dove forward, and two players from Southwest really collided with each other. Good decision that time by Mills to sprint forward and just make that one happen, because I don't know any receivers really knew the route to run that, guys.
A lot of confusion there on the offense.
I think they're still confused on how Quarles got called with a unsportsmanlike penalty there.
And Quarles is a little, appears to be a little irritated on the sideline as well, rightfully so.
Dejected, not happy. As they're waiting for another Little Caesars punt, a good snap back this time. Benjamin's going to step into this one. The kick is going to go forward. ICC trying to find the football, but it's going to go into the end zone. Tough break there, just really couldn't locate the football as it goes for a touchback.
And Brett, he timed it up. He took his time there, tried to put it right where he needed and landed where it needed to. Just had a little too fast roll for the coverage team to get down there and put their hands on it and stop it inside the 5.
So the ball will come out to the 20-yard line. Going to be a first down and 10 here for the Bears. There's 9:19 to go in this one. ICC leading 28-10. And guys, we talked about this. This ball game really doesn't feel like it's a 28-10 game. It doesn't feel like it's an 18-point game. It really feels like the Indians have been in control of this one from the get-go, which the scoreboard not reflecting it. Early motion by Southwest. No flag thrown as it's going to be out of bounds. As he's going to solid pickup, probably enough for the first down there. Coach Sean Cannon getting in the ears of the official as well, as the halfback was a yard and a half downfield by the time they snapped the football, and it's going to go for a first down.
Southwest trying to do those little quick hitters because ICC is giving the receiver a little cushion, so the quarterback is kind of raising up and throwing it to the receiver, and you're kind of getting a one-on-one play on the outside there.
So it will be a first down here after it moves the chains. Pass to the outside, and it's going to go out of bounds. More pressure being applied that time by the Indians, as it was number 33, Nate Murphy, coming in and putting the pressure on there. This is just turning into, I don't know, like the music continues to play the entire game. And I'll say this, when you get an 0-7 team and a team that's been hot by the Indians here lately, you don't necessarily get the upper echelon officials, and rightfully so, but it's shown tonight. Looking to throw, setting up the screen, a little too tall that time. Good job once again, pressure by the Indians. Murphy in the backfield, forcing him to throw that one a little bit taller than he wanted to. You look at Murphy, he's a 6'4", 210-pound defensive lineman, a freshman out of Water Valley. So you get a big guy like that jumping at you, you're going to have to float that one a little bit higher than you want each time. So the pass falls incomplete. It'll be a third down and 10 situation here for the Bears. Bears break the huddle. 10 seconds on the play clock. Looking to throw. Pressure coming again. Throws off his back foot. Tip ball caught. And it looks like it's going to be enough for the first down, or it should be. Yes, it will. Good job that time by Cameron Kincaid, a freshman running back out of Gaucher. Tipped the ball to himself, able to reel it in there and move the chain.
That's good concentration on his part, too, because a lot of times you see guys tip the ball and then they just don't know what to do. That was excellent play there by Kincaid.
So it'll be a first down and 10 as the Bears keep the drive alive there, converting on third down. The pitch is going to be to the man in motion. That's going to be number 18 now, trying to reverse the field, but he stepped out of bounds when he went to turn back around field. That's going to be Turner. That was on the carry. And minimum gain, maybe a half a yard on the play, so it'll bring up a second down, short 10, long 9 here for the Bears. Here we go, a little Vanilla Ice now playing over the PA system.
The ICC cheerleaders are enjoying it, dancing it up down here on the sideline.
It's one of the greatest songs ever written in the history.
Cheerleading routine.
By Queen and
then Vanilla Ice. Mm-hmm. Quick out pass is going to be caught down the sidelines and is going to be pushed out of bounds at the last second there, as that was, I believe, 26, Peyton Ray coming up and making the play, and it should be enough for a first down. Yes, it will. If you're the Indians, you just want to close this thing out strong. You're starting to see the Indians maybe get a little lackadaisical out there right now. And there's a cameraman walking across the field in the back of the end zone. Shenanigans. 7:24 to play here in the fourth quarter. 28-10 is the score. Hand off to the first man through. Big, strong run there, as that's going to be Campbell on the carry. Solid pickup of about 5 on first down there for the Bears.
Southwest just trying to get what they can. You know, like I said, little quick hitters and trying to still run it up the middle. And then, like I said, you'll look for some misdirection here or something to kind of get the Indians off balance.
So second down, let's call it second down and 5 now here for the Bears. Dropping back to pass, going to quick out. It is complete for the first down. A nice open field tackle that time, as that was Williams on the tackle and Summerall on the reception, and it moves the chains again for the Bears. They're slowly but surely, methodically marching down the field right now.
The Indians, Coach Cannon called for a timeout here.
Let's take the timeout with them and hear a word from Coke. Back with more as ICC leads at 28-10. 6:34 to go here in the fourth quarter.
My burger goes best with mustard.
Ketchup and mustard.
Grass-fed beef. No, corn-fed. On the grill. Now, flat top. Iceberg lettuce. Nah, arugula. Jalapeno.
No way. Avocado, dude.
Medium rare. Gotta be well done. Brioche.
Sesame seeds.
American cheese. Cheddar.
Can I have a turkey burger? What? Turkeys are for Thanksgiving, man. I like my burger with the Coke.
I'll agree to that. Strictly with the Coke. Only with the Coke. Coke and a burger. Come on. All right. That's where you get the flavor.
Celebrate outrageous amounts of toppings with Little Caesars Extra Most Bestest. With the most cheese and now with the most toppings at the nation's best price. Create your favorite pizza starting at $6. Pay, then express pickup at Little Caesars.
Pizza. And welcome back out of the timeout. 28-10. ICC with the lead. There's 6:34 to go here in the fourth quarter. Thank you for joining us here on Super Talk Mississippi 101.9 FM. Remind you to join us every Tuesday at 9:06 for the ICC Hour. So we talk about everything, a little academically, athletically, as there's pressure coming. Parker missed him, but there's the Indians to finish them off.
McKendrick Jones there coming in and finishing the sack.
Well, I'll tell you, anybody in this league, you know you're always going to have an eye on 44. If you see him barreling in like that, you kind of panic for a second. But a nice job that time by number 20, as you said, Jones, a sophomore linebacker out of Independence, coming in and finishing off the play there for that sonic sack. Big time loss there on the play. It's going to bring up a second down and 21, it appears to be the situation. Bears going the wrong way there on first down. Indians. I tell you, Sean Cannon, he's also the defensive coordinator as well as head coach, and he takes a lot of pride in his defense, and he don't want these guys to let up here. Quickly down the field, and it's going to be bobbled and dropped. And one of those situations where he might have been expecting the hit as he caught the football. A little case of alligator arms there as the ball falls incomplete, and the clock will stop with 5:44 left to play here. ICC leading at 28-10.
Player getting up slowly as well after that play.
I think the ball actually got to him a little faster. It looked like it might have went through his hands and hit him in the face mask and bounced out because he took his helmet off immediately following the play. So
yeah, that
who knows?
Dallin McDonald that was shaking up on the play. He was shaking up on the sideline, so he walks off in a hurry. So now it's going to be a 3rd and long situation. 3rd and 24. Flag, and this should be a penalty. They've been doing it all night, and finally here in the fourth quarter they're going to call it. Should be a procedure penalty here. And that is going to be the case, and you kind of heard maybe Coach Sean Cannon or one of the coaches on the sideline yell, "It's about time," and the head referee kind of looked back at him after he shouted it. But Raphael, you've even said it throughout the first half of the ball game into the third quarter that you were really surprised that they were letting that go throughout the contest.
Like I said, I ran the wing tee in high school, and when you go in motion, if you turn back toward the line, that's a procedure penalty. And so that's what they've been doing, faking like they're going to go in motion and turning back. Clock was running, so I think the referee is trying to straighten that out.
Reset the clock here, but Raphael, continue with your point.
Well, what I was saying is, like, when you go in motion, you're supposed to, continue in motion, but the guys are, like, faking like they're going, then turn around and walking back up toward the line. They told us if your number turns to the line, that there's a legal procedure penalty. Most of the time, you're supposed to kind of, like, turn away from the line and do whatever. If you
kind of run in place in that situation.
Right.
That official calling for time again there, look like. Now we're going to play.
So they do add time on the clock. 5:41 to go here in the fourth quarter. ICC leading at 28-10 here at Southwest. Summit, Mississippi. A long way from home as Parker applies the pressure. Quarterback running for his life. Now he's going to scramble across the 50. Now gets down to the 40. And he's going to jump out of bounds, and a good job. Let's give credit here. Jamal Shumpert was trying to lower the boom on the quarterback that time, saw that he was about to go out of bounds, and did check up. There was contact, but you did see him kind of put his arms to the side. Referee coming over, patting him on the back of the head, saying good job.
Yeah, you gotta slow down a little bit now because the guys, you can't really just lower the boom on them or knock them out of bounds. If you do, you're going to get a penalty.
Southwest taking a timeout. Let's take it with them here from Cagle Eye Center. Back with more. ICC leads at 28-10 with 5:31 to go here in the fourth quarter at Southwest.
The longer a person has diabetes, the more likely they are to develop diabetic retinopathy. If left untreated, diabetic retinopathy can lead to blindness. That's why it's important for diabetics to have a comprehensive eye examination with dilation once a year. I'm Dr. Laurie Cagle of Cagle Eye Center in Fulton. We offer comprehensive eye exams to provide diagnosis and treatment of various eye diseases. Browse our large selection of frames available in prescription and non-prescription. Call to schedule your appointment today at Cagle Eye Center in Fulton.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, out of the timeout. 28-10 is the score. Will Bunch making a good point. And I saw it, but I didn't think about mentioning it as well. You saw the quarterback, all the players charging at the play as he went out of bounds. There was one man that didn't bat an eye, didn't move. The world's strongest man, Ray Williams, didn't even flinch that time. So waiting the officials to let Southwest come out of the huddle here with a 4th down and 29 situation now here. So it looks like the Bears, last game of the season, guys, got nothing to lose. Going to go for it on 4th down.
Can't hold anything back, Adam.
5:31 on the clock.
And they are in that set there. Indians bringing pressure. Shumpert's there. Can't quite get to him. Now the quarterback's going to scramble and, gets spun around on a big hit there by the Indians.
Savante Oliver there laying the hit.
Take a look at that. Pressure again by the Indians. That was Shumpert applying the pressure. Then Oliver comes up out of nowhere, tattoos the quarterback, turnover on downs, as the Indians will get it back 1st and 10 with 5:21 to play here, leading 28-10. We'll be back on the road next week as we travel to Northwest for the regular season finale with a spot of the playoffs on the line for the Indians. That will be a 7 o'clock First American National Bank opening kickoff, so we'll have the Davis Ford pregame show coming your way 6:30 right here on Super Talk Mississippi. Mills, the quarterback, going to hand it off. I believe this is going to be Quarles this time, and he's just bullying his way forward, bulldozing his way out to an 8-yard gain. So it'll bring up a 2nd down and 2 situation. So 2nd down and maybe let's call it 3 now. They give him a gain of 7 on the play.
Little ground and pound by the Indians right now, trying to run some clock and try to get out of here with a victory.
Yeah, the Indians are not going to be in a hurry here as they don't huddle like Southwest does, but they do allow the clock to run down. Now there's 12 seconds on the play clock. Going to start their cadence to get the play going here. And now it's going to be Quarles with the handoff again. He's going to bully his way across the 45 down to about the 48-yard line. Should be good for another 1st down. Yes, it will be. This 1st down being brought to you by your Itawamba County Farm Bureau agent, Joey Cox. Quarles upset with himself. Felt like he was a slip tackle away from breaking that one for a big run there. But I tell you what, that is a strong physical runner you like to see in the game of football.
That's right, and especially, like I said, around this time, you want to, get the ball in and just kind of, pick up positive yards so the clock can continue to run.
Coming up on 4 minutes left in the contest, 28-10 ICC with the lead here over Southwest in this non-division game. And it's going to be a give to Quarles once again. Quarles just lowers his head, gets what he can, a gain of about 3 on 1st down for the Indians. And again, you're probably going to see the Indians keep this one strictly on the ground, guys, to run this one out.
Most definitely. Like I said, they're just trying to pick up this victory here on the road and get ready to head back to Fulton.
Indians making some substitutions in the contest. Of course, if we win tonight, moves us to 500 at 4-4 in the year. And, we look back at how the season started. It was a little not the best start to the season, but you kind of look at an East Central team, how good they are right now, and East Mississippi, and how kind of the wheels have fallen off on them in the last stretch. But, some of them early season losses that look bad turn out not being that bad. It's just going to be a give to Tyler Day. Day drags defenders across the 40, moves the chains for another 1st down for the Indians. But to go back to talk about that point, East Central, that loss don't look as bad as it did. Now they have a chance to make the playoffs. And the North Division, man, things are crazy. There's a possibility, guys, that we can have 5 teams, maybe, probably more than likely 4 teams, finish with 2 losses in the North Division.
And that's just chaos in a way, the only way to put it, because if you have 4 or 5 teams all tied with 2 losses on the season, tiebreakers just come into effect, and you're going to have a team who felt like they deserve playoffs that are going to miss out this year.
Yeah. Welcome to the MACJC, to the new commissioner trying to figure that one out. Oh, big-time run here. This is going to be a foot race to the end zone. 5, touchdown Indians. And that was Quarles.
Nice job by Quarles. It looked like he was barely touched there. Just hit the hole and ran positive yards for the Indians there to pick up that touchdown.
Well, that's a guy, as big as he is, he's still got really good speed. Quarles takes that one to the house. He is out of Lafayette High School and gets the touchdown there to make it 34-10 with 2:31 left to play, awaiting the PAT here from Grisham. Snapback is up, the kick is up, and the kick is good.
There's a flag on the field.
So we'll wait and see what this flag is all about. Offsides on the defense, that will be declined. And so the extra point is good, and ICC takes a 35-10 lead. We'll take a break and be back with more right after this.
This broadcast of ICC Athletics is being brought to you by Renaissance Bank, Little Caesars, Davis Ford, the Sonic of Fulton, Tupelo Coca-Cola Bottling Works, the Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi, First American National Bank, the ICC BSU, your Itawamba County Farm Bureau agent, Joey Cox, Cagle Eye Center, the ICC Foundation, the Bank of Okolona, and the ICC Alumni Association.
Yeah. And welcome back to action. Shout out Brad Logan hitting us up on Twitter. 2:31 left to play. 35-10 ICC in control of this one. Awaiting this First American National Bank kickoff from Grisham. Grisham steps into this one, pops it up, and it's going to be caught at the 10-yard line by the Bears, trying to get it out to the left side of the field. He's going to be hit and dropped. And a nice coverage downfield, as that's going to be number 42 on the tackle for the Indians. That's Parrish Adams. He's a freshman tight end out of Water Valley, 6'2", 210 pounds, coming in and making the play there on the stop. And probably going to see a lot of freshmen and guys that may have not seen a lot of action this year be able to get into the contest. We do appreciate everyone that's watching here on Let's Go ICC TV and possibly
trying to get the clock to go push the play clock back up.
Yeah, and
nobody's
possibly
paying attention.
Yeah, listening on Super Talk Mississippi. If you are, hit us up on the Twitters at Let's Go ICC, as there's a flag down, false start on the Bears, and that's what they've been doing the entire time. They're just now calling it.
Waited to the end of the game.
Yeah, I guess they're
went and looked at it in the rule book or something.
Must have. So anyway, folks, yeah, hit us up on Twitter at Let's Go ICC. I'll tell you what, here's what I'm going to do. If there's an ICC student listening right now, hit us up on Twitter at Let's Go ICC. I'll give you a free pizza from Little Caesars. Uh-oh. First one to do that. 35-10 is the score. Looking back to pass. Throwing it downfield, and that's got to be pass interference. So they're going to say it's uncatchable.
Because it was overthrown.
Okay. A break there for the Indians as now we got some pushing and shoving going on after the play. And good job by DeMontre Bell for ICC, getting between the two players there, saying, guys, let's just chill out. This thing's almost over with. We got a 4.5-hour ride home. No shenanigans.
2:19 left in the game, Adam, and looked like the Indians are just trying to pull off a victory here.
Or if you're willing to drive to Fulton to pick up the coupon, I'll give you the coupon if you're not an ICC student at Let's Go ICC for a free pizza from our friends at Little Caesars. Pitch out, gets the corner, but ICC's there. Good job stretching that one out, keeping it to a minimum gain on the play. And now a lot of pushing and shoving. Another late flag comes in. The referee has to throw this one because that's back-to-back plays where things are getting chippy out on the field here. And we'll see what the call is in this situation. If it's this situation, you got to call it offsetting here just so you don't tack on any yardage. But you do got to get things in control with 2:12 left in the contest. And the MACJC is a powder keg, and it don't take a whole lot to ignite that spark to set some things off here. We do have Sierra. Give us your name. We do have someone that has tweeted at us. She says, I want the pizza. I'm a sophomore at ICC. Lee, hit that direct message there as we have a timeout on the field. Let's hear from Little Caesars and be back with more right after this on the ICC Sports Network.
Get a Little Caesars large, extra most bestest stuffed crust pizza, topped with pepperoni and cheese, and stuffed with over 3 feet of cheese in the crust. That's right, we stuffed cheese into the crust of the pizza with extra cheese and the most pepperoni. All at the nation's best price of just $9. Try our convenient app and Pizza Portal pickup.
Pizza, pizza.
And welcome back to action. And the ball never moved, and we never got an announcement over the PA system, so I don't know if they just waved off the flag or maybe called it offsetting or just said, let's call it. All right, so Drake West checking in, watching on Let'sGoICCTV.com. Appreciate Drake checking in. As pressure's coming, quarterback heaves this one downfield. Going to be a jump ball, and is it caught? No, he's out of bounds. So the pass falls incomplete. I tell you what we're going to do. We had 2 people tweet at us. Brett Coker, you've won yourself a pizza. Lee, did you get the name of the...
I have messaged and have not got a reply yet, so please check your DMs and send us your real name.
She says, my name is Sierra. People call me Sierra Miss sometimes. So, Sierra, you too have won a free pizza. Come by Community Relations on Monday. Show us that tweet, and we'll be happy to give you that free pizza thanks to courtesy of our friends at Little Caesars in Fulton. Brett, you do the same. This punt, brought to you by Little Caesars, is going to be hit, pop straight up in the air, and it's going to be downed at about the 37-yard line is where the officials will mark it here. 1:56 to play in the contest. Guys, you feel like you can wrap this one up in red and blue this evening. The Indians pick up a big non-division win here and pick up a little bit of momentum heading into next week's big-time matchup at Northwest. As we said, a chance at the playoffs on the line both for the Indians and the Rangers in that contest.
Good job by the Indians to come, this long distance and be able to, maintain their composure here on the road and pull off this victory. Now they can, keep the momentum going on during practice this week to be ready for their Division 4 in Northwest.
All right, you can see highlights tonight on WTVA and WCBI from tonight's contest. I'll give you some scoreboard updates as the Indians, but they're going to go into victory formation here as Mills drops back and takes a knee. East Central leading Hines 20-13. That's in the fourth quarter. Northwest up 41-17 at Northeast. That's a final, and now there's more flags being thrown. Hey, that's what we talked about. Just get out of this thing. East Mississippi's up 41-20 over Coahoma. Gulf Coast up 25-3 at Pearl River. That's at Gulf Coast, but that's in the third quarter. Referee's going to talk this one over here. If I'm the referees, if you can do it, just be like, run the final 1:46 off the clock. And so that's actually going to be on ICC. A lot of pushing and shoving going on both ways that time. And 9 times out of 10, and I'm not saying this because of the ICC guy, anytime you watch football, it's typically the person that retaliates that gets the flag. So you just got to have a little bit better composure that time. But this is not going to be what you want to see if you're an ICC fan and a coach right now. Coaching point at the end of the night to be able to finish this thing clean and not get these type of penalties.
Right, and I think ICC may have to run a play here. Yeah. They're going to call timeout.
Coach Cannon's going to take that timeout. He is going to use this as an opportunity to coach up his team in this situation here. Let's take the timeout with him. Let's hear a word from all of our sponsors and be back with more right after this.
This broadcast of ICC Athletics is being brought to you by Renaissance Bank, Little Caesars, Davis Ford, the Sonic of Fulton, Tupelo Coca-Cola Bottling Works, the Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi, First American National Bank, the ICC BSU, your Itawamba County Farm Bureau agent, Joey Cox, Cagle Eye Center, the ICC Foundation, the Bank of Okolona, and the ICC Alumni Association.
And welcome back to action. Remind you, we'll have an abbreviated version of the Renaissance Bank postgame report as we got a 4.5-hour drive home from Summit tonight. But guys, the good thing about it is we're going to be able to stick a win in our pocket and head back to Fulton with the win there. 35-10 is the score, 1:46 to go. The Indians trying to kneel this thing out here, but things getting chippy down the stretch. Mills stepping back underneath center. And he's going to take the quick knee. And now is Southwest taking a timeout?
Yeah.
Really?
Huh.
All right, so now it's going, well, I mean, it's not bad. You're going to get a chance to get the ball back. I mean, it's 3rd down and halfway back to Jackson right now for the Indians.
I was thinking that maybe the Indians would run a play or something to kind of get.
It's one of those right now. If you got a flea flicker in your book, draw that thing up.
Just fake the kneel down and throw it deep.
Yeah.
Some of our players enjoying the Beyonce.
Yeah, so it's been a very interesting selection by the DJ tonight, as we've heard a little bit of everything, and a noise that some people have tweeted at us about hearing over the broadcast. It's intended to be a bear roaring, but Michael Upton sent me a picture of his son holding a sign of what he thought it felt sound like. Brad Logan tweeted at us as well, and the guys are pretty close to it. I'm sorry, guys. I know you're probably listening right now and just like, okay, but we're all to that point now. Let's get this thing over with. So now the Indians, though, are going to come out in the shotgun with a 3rd down and 28 situation after Southwest burns the timeout with the Indians trying to respectfully take a knee. And now they're just going to hand it off, and it's going to be bounced to the outside. This is going to be Wilson. Wilson trying to use a stiff arm. He's going to get across the 35, down to about the 36-yard line, close to original line of scrimmage there.
Clock still running.
Good job staying in bounds that time.
Good job by the Indians. That's what I was just saying. Just kind of run a play that, the ball, you have the clock running, and by the time you shift guys out and stuff like that, then, it'll be down about a minute.
And punt team runs on the field here for the Indians, and you wonder if one of those situations where you just let it get to 1 and then just boot it as far as you can, or do you take the delay of game and run a little extra time off?
If they want to take a timeout, you fake it here and run a touchdown. That's if I'm playing NCAA football back in the day. Indians will step into this Little Caesars punt. It's a booming kick. It's going to hit and roll, and it's going to go inside the 20-yard line. Great job that time by Brett Benjamin for the Indians as he downs that one inside the 19.
46 seconds on the clock, too, so the Indians did a good job of trying to run some of that clock down.
My good buddy Greg Brown sending a picture of the broadcast that we talked about, that picture earlier tonight of that sunset, and I'll try to tweet that one out a little bit later on the way home. We'll have a while before we get home tonight. 35-10 is the score, 46 seconds remaining here in the contest, and Southwest will have the football. They're going to drop back to pass, and they're going to throw it out to the flat, a little safety route here. He's going to shoot move up the field, asking for a block. He'll get it, and eventually be ran out of bounds at about the 45-yard line. Nice open field run. Good quick pass play that time by the Bears to advance the ball up the field and then get out of bounds with 37 seconds remaining in the contest. So it'll be a 1st down and 10 now as the ball is out to the 45-yard line. Nice pickup there by the Bears. Now looking to pass once again. Throws off his back foot, jump ball intercepted by the Indians. 3rd interception of the night for ICC, as that one is going to be Octavius McClatchy coming in and picking that one off. And that will do it there. As you'll see this on the Little Caesars instant replay, great pressure by the Indians, forcing him to throw off his back foot, a jump ball that McClatchy went up and won that battle. And he's going to return it just shy of midfield, and ICC is going to send in the guys here. You feel like they're probably going to take another knee with 23 seconds left to go. Southwest still has 2 timeouts. Surely they won't take another timeout here. So Mills takes the snap and a knee now. And good job. No timeout taken there as teams slapping hands and saying congratulations. And ICC is going to pick up this 35-10 win here as we move into the Renaissance Bank postgame report. Raphael, your final thoughts here on the contest this evening.
Indians did an excellent job in all phases of the game, played well, especially on offense with the quick hitters, being able to move the ball down the field. The defense did a great job on the option play, and the guys punting and putting the ball in the spots where they needed to. They did a good job on that, placing the ball where they needed to be to kind of keep Southwest trying to, work the way back down the field. But then while they were trying to work their way back down the field, the defense was stifling on the defensive side. That kind of helped the Indians control the game early.
35-10, your final score here from Summit. We're going to take a timeout. Come back with more of the Renaissance Bank postgame report right after this on Super Talk Mississippi and Let's Go ICCTV.com.
Ever since you got that license, you haven't stopped moving forward. Now that you're older and on the move, you need a safer place to keep your money. We get it. A student checking account frees you up with things like mobile check deposit to take care of that check from grandma without having to stop at a bank. Pay with your phone when you're out with friends. And stop worrying about ATM fees. We'll pay you back for those. Worry about your future, not your money. And know that we'll stick with you, wherever you go. Renaissance Bank, understanding you. Member FDIC.
Everyone has a unique story to tell. Maybe your story has you performing your new song in front of a crowd, getting to play your favorite sport, or enjoying a horseback ride in the country. At Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi, our group of skilled surgeons understand your need to continue your story. That is why we are the preferred choice for orthopedic care. Thank you for choosing us. Our story is you. Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi.
The Car Hop Classic for just $2.99 is the perfect 1-2 punch of flavor and value. Time that! You need a trainer to help you eat the burger?
Hey, stay out of this. Don't get in my head, man. There's barely room for me in there.
Hurry in and try quarter-pound double cheeseburger or 6-inch Philly plus tots for $2.99.
My mom never let me eat this much cookie dough.
What would she say if she saw you eating this big scoop cookie dough blast?
I don't know. Why ask her?
Don't tell your father.
Oh, naughty, naughty.
Hurry in and scoop up our new cookie dough treats. Try order ahead to get happy hour anytime.
This broadcast of ICC Athletics is being brought to you by Renaissance Bank, Little Caesars, Davis Ford, the Sonic of Fulton, Tupelo Coca-Cola Bottling Works, the Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi, First American National Bank, the ICC BSU, your Itawamba County Farm Bureau agent, Joey Cox, Cagle Eye Center, the ICC Foundation, the Bank of Okolona, and the ICC Alumni Association.
And welcome back one final time here in the ICC Alumni Affairs and Foundation broadcast booth. ICC wins it 35-10 over Southwest in this non-division matchup here on the road. As we remind you, if you would like to contribute to Itawamba Community College, whether it be through scholarships or maybe even joining the Indian Club or the Alumni Association, visit iccms.edu/foundation. That's iccms.edu/foundation. Take a look at some of the Little Caesars instant replays as we look back throughout the night, as we'll wrap things up here as we got to name our Sonic Star of the game. And you got to think it's going to have to go to Jaquan Williams, a sophomore defensive back out of Kosciuszko. Had a pair of interceptions tonight. ICC as a team had 3 interceptions. The Indians put it together nicely defensively and offensively tonight. At times sputtered offensively, but found a way to put the Bears out of, I guess you say, I hate to say out of commission, but put the game out of reach early with the Bears running that triple option, not having the strongest pass attack this year. So the Indians were able to jump up to a quick 21-3 advantage before pulling away for the 35-10 victory. Indians will be back on the road next week as they travel to Northwest to take on the Rangers for a possible playoff spot on the line. We're going to try to see if we can find some final scores and maybe some scoreboard updates throughout the league. And in the fourth quarter, East Central leading Hines 20-13. It's a final score. Northwest takes care of Northeast 41-7 to keep that a big-time division matchup next week in Senatobia between the Indians and the Rangers. And then, of course, it was ICC winning 35-10 here over at Southwest. In the fourth quarter, East Mississippi leading 41-20 over Coahoma. And in the third quarter, Gulf Coast starting to pull away from Pearl River nicely, 25-3. So that's going to do it for the Renaissance Bank postgame report. Remind you can see highlights of tonight's game on our YouTube page. Simply search Let's Go ICC on YouTube or visit letsgoicc.com. We'll have the link there for you as well. Well, in about by the time we get home, it won't be that bad late now. It'll be about 2:30 or 3. We were hoping to get home before then, or before 4, so that will be accomplished tonight. So tomorrow we'll be right back here on the Red Channel starting at 1 o'clock with the finale of the regular season for the soccer teams as they host Meridian. The women will have their sophomore appreciation day that day. The men's soccer team, they'll have it on Tuesday, as we'll wait and see how things turn out in the playoffs. ICC Indians still have a chance to host the playoffs, depending on what happens between Holmes and Hines. A Hines victory over Holmes on Friday will result in ICC hosting that state tournament and the Indians getting a bye with the North Division Championship, outright North Division Championship, in their pocket. So for Raphael Henry, Lee Adams, I'm Adam Gore. We'll see you tomorrow back here on the Red Channel, and next Thursday in Senatobia, as the Indians and Rangers face off at 7 o'clock. You guys have a blessed evening, and as always, Roll Tribe.
This broadcast of ICC Athletics is being brought to you by Renaissance Bank, Little Caesars, Davis Ford, the Sonic of Fulton, Tupelo Coca-Cola Bottling Works, the Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi, First American National Bank, the ICC BSU, your Itawamba County Farm Bureau agent, Joey Cox, Cagle Eye Center, the ICC Foundation, the Bank of Okolona, and the ICC Alumni Association.